episode saw Maciejowski win his first Grand Prix. As for the out-of-form riders, injury to Nicky Pedersen has ruled him out here in Daugavpils and is replaced by fellow countryman Peter Killerman. But for Holder and Hancock, they need to find something tonight on a track all the riders like.
Well, I got a long list of excuses, you know, but the truth is it's just tough out there, and probably haven't managed to get my equipment working just right for me right now. So we've been working hard in the last couple of weeks and feel like things are going back the right way, and you know, it's a long season.
It's just been a struggle, you know, so can't do too much about it, just keep battling away, and you know, I've done a lot of meetings since then, so some good ones, some bad races, but just come back tomorrow and see what I can do.
Hi there, welcome along to Daugavpils in Latvia for the 2017 Rietumu Bank Latvian FIM Speedway Grand Prix. Back here at this stadium after a break last year, but here we are tonight on this Saturday night, and there is always a terrific atmosphere here. Alongside me, Kelvin Tatum, as always, on the Speedway Grand Prix Tour, round number 3. Nice to be back here after missing out here last year, Kel.
Absolutely, it's a real hardcore Speedway stadium. Very enthusiastic public here. They are very well supported in the second league in Poland. And it's a regular on the calendar for Grand Prix, as you rightly say. We weren't here last year. And we've seen some pretty decent Speedway here in the past. It's a big, fast track. Expect some pretty high-speed action here this evening.
Yep, it is certainly dramatic. Freddie Lindgren, the World Championship leader, going off gate number 4 in the first race of the night here. What a way to start. But then again, as we kept saying in Warsaw, what a lineup before almost every race.
Yeah.
It is a sensational Grand Prix field this year. We remind you that Lindgren is the leader on 32 points. And he goes off gate number 4 here. The riders pushing off, ready for the first race of the night here on the direction of Grand Prix race director Phil Morris, a former rider himself. And we're about to get underway. Conditions just about ideal after a fantastic day weather-wise today. It's been very warm over the last couple of days. But what about this guy? Freddie Lindgren, World Championship leader, but he did take a knock in the British League on Monday riding for Wolverhampton. And there is a concern there, Kelvin.
Yeah, quite clearly limping there. The left knee is the subject of the injury. He certainly would have preferred that not to have happened on Monday night. Interesting to see if it affects his performance here this evening.
Yep, very much so. So Lindgren going off the outside gate. What a start it is. What a lineup. Here we go. Heat number 1 on the way. First race of the night here in Daugavpils there. Matti Zagar goes off the inside. Ty Woffenden goes off gate number 2. Niels Christian Iversen off 3. Freddie Lindgren off the outside in yellow. Took that knock on Monday riding for Wolverhampton in the SGB Premiership back in the UK. Kelvin Tatum, MBE, alongside me, former World Long Track champion and England World Cup winning Speedway rider. Looking forward to tonight, Kelvin. How much of a concern will there be going through the championship leader's mind, Freddie Lindgren?
It must be some concern. It's quite clearly a nasty injury that he sustained on Monday night. He was limping heavily as he walked off after the presentation. So will it affect his confidence? Will it affect his performance tonight? Knows his place very well. Rode here for 2 seasons, of course, in the second tier of Polish Speedway. So he knows the place like the back of his hand. Could do with a good start in Heat 1.
Yeah, Daugavpils riding in the second division of Polish Speedway, despite the fact that we are close to the Russian border here. First race of the night in Daugavpils. Super start from Woffenden from gate number 2. What a gate from the Great Britain man, twice world champion. And now Lindgren is charging hard around the outside with Zagar second. Freddie Lindgren is third. And now here comes Niels Christian Iversen around the outside as well. But going into lap 2, Woffenden has the lead from Zagar, from Lindgren. And at the back right now is Niels Christian Iversen.
Fabulous start from Woffenden there out of gate 2. Track pretty slick in the opening race. They rolled it really hard. Plenty of loose material also on the surface. The inside is certainly the shortest way and quite clearly the fastest way. Woffenden comfortable in front. Zagar now into second place. Lindgren there just found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time on the opening lap, and Iversen is giving chase out the back, but this is a super start for Woffenden, looking like he's finding some form recently. And he's been getting plenty of points in the league leading up to tonight's event.
Yeah, he rode well for Masana in Sweden on Tuesday night, piled up the points there, and also had a good score for Wrocław in the Polish league last Sunday, getting better and better and fitter and faster. Great Britain's Ty Woffenden takes the checkered flag, and second place is Matti Zagar. Freddie Lindgren hangs on for third there under severe pressure from Niels Christian Iversen. It's a big, fast track, this one. That will be demanding for Lindgren, and that's injury concern. But what a start from Ty Woffenden of Great Britain.
Yeah, fabulous start, faultless ride. A real masterclass from Woffenden, the two-time world champion. It's smooth out there, that will help Lindgren, but excellent from Woffenden in Heat 1.
Yeah, Woffenden the winner, Matti Zagar of Slovenia second, Freddie Lindgren the series leader third, and Niels Christian Iversen at the back, but he couldn't have gone much better for this man. Ty Woffenden off gate number 2 in blue.
Yeah, fabulous start there. He just snaked a little, but he got the bike really to work initially away from the tapes. It jumped forward. Lindgren there just caught on the outside there, and then lifting down the back straight, had no chance to get the better of Zagar as they came out of the first corner. Again from the tapes, just momentarily Woffenden snaked, but the initial jump away from the tapes was exemplary. Just drifted off the inside, but it doesn't hurt him at all. Look at that loose material in Heat 1. That's a little bit of a surprise because they have rolled the track extensively all afternoon. Lindgren there, back in third with Iversen working hard out the back. But the 3 points are Woffenden's, and the championship leader comes in third. But good ride for Woffenden.
Yeah, Woffenden in his media this week saying that he is feeling better and better. He's never lacked sharpness at the start, the reflexes. It's a question of getting to that first turn ahead of the rest. That was what he's referring to in the media this week as we build up to heat number 2 here, and we have Speedway legend Greg Hancock in white.
Good lineup, Nigel.
Four-time world champion. We're going to be saying it every race again, aren't we, Kel?
We are indeed, yeah. Heat 2 looks very tasty.
Now, Jason Doyle off the inside. Now, gate number 2, Peter Killerman. More about him in a second. Greg Hancock third in white, and Matt Sianowski off the outside in yellow. Now, what about Peter Killerman? We're seeing Greg Hancock here, but Peter Killerman, I can tell you, is in for Nicky Pedersen tonight. Now, Nicky, the 3 times world champion, crashed heavily in the week in Denmark, and it was an awful crash for Nicky, which has ruled him out of the Grand Prix for tonight.
Yeah.
And here we see still images of Nicky's crash. Look how he's landed there.
He's
Horrendous.
a lucky boy. He's
Yes.
a lucky boy. He landed very heavily on his helmet. Quite clearly, it could have been a lot more serious, but as a consequence of that, he's not here. Peter Kilderman is. Kilderman is a performer in the Grand Prix. If he gets it right, he's a hard man to beat.
Yeah, very much so. It's good to see him back in a Grand Prix tonight, albeit at Nicky's expense. Oh, and it's a very tight first turn from Janowski, charging around the outside in yellow. He's got lots of speed, and down the back straight he goes. Wonderful move from Mats Janowski. Jason Doyle is holding second spot right now. Third in blue is Peter Killerman, and Greg Hancock is at the back going into lap 2.
Yeah, well, Janowski returned to form in Warsaw 2 weeks ago, much more like his old self. He did have a pre-season injury that certainly curtailed his performances early season, but this is much more like it. Got the bike hooked up beautifully coming out of the first corner. Doyle is now coming under pressure. Certainly Peter Kilderman in third place, got the better of the world champion Hancock, who finds himself out the back, but Janowski's bike is working beautifully. He's pulling away out in front. There's just over a lap to go here. The Polish man's got it all under control. Doyle, the Australian, in second, is hanging on, and the world champion just about getting the better of Peter Kilderman.
Yeah, absolutely, but Killerman's coming back for more in blue. Down that back straight, there's plenty of action here, and now a big swoop from Killerman. Can Killerman go from last to second to the line? The win is for Janowski, and Doyle just about hangs on, and I think Hancock just held on for a point as well. What an effort. All the action was at the back there. Killerman in the thick of the action, yeah.
Absolutely. Not easy to overtake. It is quite slick out there, and as a consequence, you're going to have to get that bike dialed in absolutely perfectly. Janowski did. Off that first corner, he had the grip, he had the speed, got himself to the front and was comfortable. Doyle looked like he needed to make some adjustments, but hang on for a very useful 2 points. And then a real scrap for third. And I think that Hancock, the world champion, just about held on.
That's official, Kel.
Right.
He has just held on. Janowski, Doyle, Hancock, Killerman is the finishing order there. So a 0 return for the Dane. in place of Nicky Pedersen, but Janowski magnificent there, and a little bit like Woffenden, really, just getting sharper and sharper with every race, it seems.
Yeah, he was much improved 2 weeks ago in Warsaw. Coming from the outside, this is an excellent effort. I wouldn't really fancy that in my opening ride, but look at that, the bike really does well down the back straight there. He got his wheels in line. Doyle's not an easy man to pass. Got the better of the Australian, hits the front, stays there. Then there's a real good scrap. The longer the race goes on, the better the action got here. Greg Hancock is buried out the back here early on, but then just keeps plugging away, and he gets the better of the Danish man there, Kilderman in third place, and the American comes through into third. But Janowski out in front is terrific. Here we see Hancock now getting the better of Peter Kilderman. He takes one big chance, one swoop round the first corner. It looked like he might get amongst the points, just misses out. That man didn't. 3 points from gate 4. Good effort.
Yeah, Mats Janowski now on to 25 Grand Prix points for the season overall. A teammate of Woffenden's in Wrocław, who ride at the magnificently renovated Olympic Stadium in Wrocław, which is the home of the World Games this year as well. And Mats Janowski, an ambassador for the World Games too in Poland. Now, heat 3, Bartosz Smarzlik off the inside in red. Chris Holder, the Australian, goes off gate number 2 in blue, right to Torren in Poland, right to Kings Lynn Stars in the UK. Maxim Bogdanovs goes off gate number 3 in white, the wild card, and Piotr Pawlicki, talented young Pole, going off the outside in yellow. Here we go with heat number 3 of the 2017 Rietumu Bank Latvian FIM Speedway Grand Prix from the Locomotive Stadium here in Daugavpils, and it's a good start from Holder off gate number 2. He gets the drop, a nice move, but they're all bunching up, coming down the back straight. What a move here from Bogdanovs! The Latvian storms past, and this place goes crazy here in Daugavpils. Bogdanov absolutely raising the roof. Where did he find that from? Holder is there under serious pressure here now from Piotr Pawlicki, and here comes Holder again, putting pressure on.
Yeah, brilliant start initially from Holder, but Bogdanov's the bike once again working brilliantly. He's under a lot of pressure here because Holder is really chasing hard. Pawlicki, the two boys, Pawlicki and Smarzlik out the back. Bogdanov just about hanging on. This place is going to go crazy if he hangs on for a win here in his opening ride. They really are right behind the local man. Into the last lap. Bogdanov out in front. Holder really working hard in second place. Can he hang on?
Well, Bogdanov under serious pressure. Chris Holder is closing that gap. He's going to go wide here. Oh. He's going to go deep in the dirt. Can Holder get around him? Down to the line. Bogdanov's is locked up to the line. Oh. What a race that was. Heat number 3 here in Daugavpils, Latvia. And Maxim Bogdanov, the wild card. We know they've got talented racers. We've seen them in the World Cup do some damage before. Bogdanovs is there. That was a stunning move and a great race with a 2012 champion of the world, Chris Holder.
Super Speedway delights the home crowd. Bogdanov's riding a stormer. Conditions are helping him, no doubt about that. Slick out there. The bike worked brilliantly for him under immense pressure from the 2012 world champion Holder, but Bogdanov prevailed. Brilliant ride.
Yeah, with Holder second, Piotr Pawlicki was third, and Bartosz Smarzlik at the back. All the drama there, well, a lot of the drama there coming out of turn 2.
Yeah.
When they all bunched up, and this man just, well, what can we say? Great move from the wild card.
Terrific. Didn't make a great start from gate 3, but the bike worked nicely into the first corner. Initially, it's Holder. Holder from there, you can see the bike spinning up there. The guys are really searching for grip. The two Polish boys really then battling out the back, but Bogdanov's middle of the track, sacked in there. Smarzlik giving his compatriot a real good thump as they come out of the first corner on the opening lap. Bogdanov then hits the front. Holder really works hard in second place. And congratulations to the wild card there, because he remained controlled, he remained composed, and hung on for a terrific ride. What a start to the Grand Prix for the local man.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from Maxim Bogdanov. What can we say? Stunning move and great to see. And the atmosphere here, electric.
Absolutely, and conditions will favour him, Nige. It is a little bit of a leveller. It's very slick out there. Bike setup is going to be crucial. Riders will dial it in as the night goes on, but you can't deny him. He got there. Every race is tough, really tough. He prevailed in a terrific heat.
And now heat number 4 sees Emil Sayfutinov, who was much heralded on his return to the GP circuit. He's off the outside gate here, but had that crash a couple of weeks ago and hasn't had the best of returns to the GP Series with 18 points from 2 meetings. This is round 3 of the World Championship. Lindback, Vasilek, Dudek and Saifutinov. Vasilek winner of the opening round in Slovenia, a dream return after 3 years for him as well. Here we go then with heat number 4. Which way will this one go? Green light on, and there was a little bit of movement. Patrick Dudek's paid the price at the start. Patrick Dudek, oh, now Dudek's just cutting up the inside. What on earth happened with Lindback there? Unbelievable, because coming through is Vasilek in the lead now. Emil Saifutinov holds second. Third is Patrick Dudek, who made a real hash at the start. And Lindback, who was in a decent position. I don't know what he was doing in that first turn, Kelv. Any thoughts?
No, we'll have to ask him a little bit later on, because I'm a bit confused about it as well. The outcome of it is he's penalised himself and he finds himself at the back. Peculiar. Martin Vasilek, wow, the intent from the rider when he dropped the clutch was immense, and he gets himself to the front. Dudek now trying to get himself back into the thick of the action, although, funny enough, Lindback is also there. Saifutinov hanging on for second place, but the form, the super form of Vasilek coming back into this year's series, 2 finals already this year, winning the opening round. Wow, he is loving Grand Prix Speedway right now.
Yeah, he's well clear down that back straight, and this is the battle for second with Saifutinov in yellow. And the man in white is Dudek, who's going to try the run around the outside. The win is with the man in blue, Martin Vasilek, and a battle for second. Saifutinov holds on. But that win for Martin Vasilek, you know, puts him on 29 Grand Prix points, level with Doyle, and now only 4 points off the lead in the World Championship. Still very, very early days to start talking like that, but it is significant psychologically at this stage of the season.
Absolutely, you know, points are hard earned in this series, that's for sure. And Martin Vasilek has started like a house on fire, full of confidence, riding out of the top draw. And once again, as soon as the tapes went up, you could see the body language. He dropped the clutch and was committed to get to the first corner, made that first corner his. Good ride.
Vasilek, Saifutinov, Dudek and Lindback, the finishing order of heat number 4. Winners of the opening 4 heats here in Daugavpils, Latvia. Tai Woffinger, Mats Janovsky, Martin Vasilek, and the wild card, Maxim Bogdanovs. What a start here in Daugavpils.
Well, Martin Vasilek, that was a super ride from him. We'll see the replay here. Watch him move away from the tapes here. Really wanted it. The bike digs in. He has a real go there into the first corner. Antonio Lindback there actually came out of the throttle and very nearly ran into the back of Martin Vasilek, who was determined to get to the first corner. Stamps his authority on the race right from the word go. Saifutinov gets the better of Patrick Dudek down the back straight on the opening lap. Slick out there, but that man there, what a return to Grand Prix Speedway. I bet he could not have dreamt of it going quite as well as it has done. Nigel, I didn't expect him to be so competitive, but Vasilek is the real deal right now.
He is indeed, and alongside him, Simon Stead in his pit corner, the former Great Britain World Cup rider, Sheffield Tigers team manager back in the UK.
A team working very well, a lot of harmony in there for sure, and Vasilek is full of confidence.
He is indeed. Bit of track grading then after Heat 4 gives us an opportunity to head down to the pits for some early reaction with Amy.
Matsi, great start to the evening here in Latvia. That was a fantastic move around the outside of Jason. Then you pulled a really nice gap there. Talk to me about that first heat.
Yeah, you know, that was hard hit because it was Jason and Greg and Peter. So I was so focused from gate 4. I see first hit and Freddie have good jump, but was hard come into the corner. But yeah, we find some good setup yesterday, and for now my bike works good.
It's working well. We'll see you later on in the evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely, lovely ride from Janovsky, and what I was impressed with is that he rode so much better in Warsaw after an indifferent start to the season, coming in with an injury from a motocross incident pre-season, and then subsequently he's really started to turn on the form we've seen from him before. In truth, he is a quality rider, but last year lost confidence. But so far this year, 2 weeks ago in Warsaw, he was very impressive, and it was an excellent start to his evening's work.
Certainly was, and we can now hear from Ty Woofenden, a very impressive opening heat from Woofenden, and he now is with Amy.
Ty, that was an absolutely fantastic start to the evening here. We know that you changed your engine after Warsaw. It looks like it's been a positive change.
Yeah, we're actually riding the older one, not the newer one. So, but yeah, it feels like it's going good. I felt like I had a good setup yesterday after practice. Still feel like I'm spinning a little bit. The track's quite dry, so just a minor change to try and get the thing to hook up a bit better and keep focusing on them starts.
What made you go back to the older engine?
Yeah, just I rode it in Poland the other week on a track quite slick like this, so it worked good and I was making good starts, so just thought we'd pull it out again today.
Thank you. We'll see you later on. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, good ride from Woofenden in
was,
his opening
yeah.
race. Very, very sharp.
And that's encouraging for Ty Woofenden because starting hasn't been the strongest point of his racing in the last season and a bit. Last year, no question, he struggled with that. And on the evidence of his first ride tonight, looks like he's really dropping the clutch at the right time. And when you have slick conditions like this, Nigel, it's very important. Making starts will be key to your performance and your tally, your points tally at the end of the night. So, yeah, you know, he hit the nail on the head. Starting's going to be very important tonight.
Yep, very much so. And we have seen some very, very fast racing tonight, but I think possibly, Kelv, they may take a little bit of extra time in between heats here to actually try and drag the dirt back and get some water down, because it was very dusty. It
was quite dry in those first 4 heats, wasn't it, right from the word go? And it's a very sandy, there's no clay in this at all, so the moisture does evaporate very quickly. So they will need to put some water on it, but it's not ideal. From the rider's perspective, that's what they're dealt with, and they need to come up trumps with it. They will be, and the racing will get stronger and stronger as the night goes on. But getting to that first corner and then getting the bike off the first turn. We saw with Janowski how the bike was working well, and he was able to get round the outside of Jason Doyle. And his interview with Amy actually said that it was a hard heat, and so he was very pleased to have come away with a win there. But no, just nice opening 4 races. Plenty to look forward to. Riders that will be scratching their heads a little bit with bike setup. 1 or 2 feel quite comfortable, I'm sure.
Yep, very much so. So track grading continues here. We will be pushing off. The riders will be pushing off, ready for action in the not too distant future. And looking forward to heat number 5 with Saifutinov, Zagar, Doyle and Bogdanovs. Now, a test for the wild card this time. Bogdanovs won his opening ride, but he's up against Saifutinov, Zagar and Doyle. He's going off gate number 4 as well.
Yes.
And gate number 4 has produced 1 winner. That was Janowski in heat number 2. When Janowski, with the greatest respect, didn't get to the first turn ahead, he had to use straight to get
he won the race coming off the first corner, didn't he? It was all about that momentum that he gained. And if Bogdanovs can do something similar, who knows? He might be able to go back-to-back wins. But the lineup in heat number 5 is, well, it's eye-catching to say the least. Saifutinov on the inside could be a major danger. He started with a solid 2 points. And I fancy that Saifutinov could put in a big performance tonight. Could be just the sort of track that he would fancy. And Zagar and Doyle, well, Doyle is strong everywhere right now. Lies second in the World Championship coming into this evening's event. So close, he could have won 2 weeks ago in Warsaw. It was a tremendous final that we saw between Freddie Lindgren and Jason Doyle. And Doyle must be a threat, must have an outstanding chance to be world champion this year.
Which is a tremendous, I mean, I personally think it's absolutely brilliant to see Doyle back. Because we recall, and it's easy to forget now, the horrific injuries that Jason suffered in Torun, which ended his world title bid last October. Many would argue cost him the world title, but certainly he was the man in form. But it was an absolutely dreadful injuries, and he's come back brilliantly.
Yeah, he looks really fit. He's a bit of a fitness freak, in truth, but you know, when you consider the form he was in, he won 4 Grand Prix last year, 3 on the spin, and that form, you know, was really just blowing the opposition away. 5-point lead going into Torun with 2 rounds to go. Very unfortunate to then find himself underneath the air fence with some nasty injuries. You can't say absolutely he was going to be world champion, but he had a very good chance. But to his eternal credit, he showed a lot of maturity. He has worked his socks off in the winter quite clearly to rediscover his fitness and his form, and he's starting this season in fine style. So I'm sure he won't be far away come Melbourne in October. Plenty of water has gone on. Plenty of water has gone on. Extensive grading. Quite clearly, Phil Morris has decided that they need a little bit more moisture in the material, and I would agree with that. It was a little dry in the first 4 races, so fingers crossed that could just produce a little bit more grip and the opportunity for more overtaking.
Quite humid, isn't it, here in Daugavpils? So you would think that it will dry quite quickly. But yeah, heat number 5 is coming up. The riders will be pushing off very shortly for heat number 5 here. Reminder where we go from here. We go to Prague in the Czech Republic in a couple of weeks' time. Then we go to Horsens in Denmark. And then we take a break from the GP Series for the World Cup, the Monster Energy FIM Speedway World Cup, which starts at Kings Lynn in the UK on the 1st of July. So it's coming thick and fast now, World Championship Speedway, and before we know it, we'll be back at Cardiff on the 22nd of July for the British Speedway Grand Prix in the Principality Stadium. Here's Jason Doyle then, going in white here in heat number 5. Riders up to tapes. Maxim Bogdanovs, we remind you, the wild card, going from the outside in yellow, winner of his first race, but we're about to get back underway here in the Rietumu Bank Latvian FIM Speedway Grand Prix. Heat number 5 it is then. Emil Sayfutinov going off the inside, the Russian rocket in red. Mati Zegar goes off gate number 2 in blue, the Slovenian. Jason Doyle, white, from Australia, 2 points to his name. And the wild card who raised the roof here, Maxim Bogdanovs, going off the outside in yellow. Can he do it again, Kelvin Tatum?
Well, the home crowd will be hoping so. And if he gets a nice run around that first corner, who knows, he could well do. All these riders actually were impressive in their opening rides. The worst they came was second. 3 second places and a win here, so very competitive race. Bogdanovs, whether he's feeling the pressure or not, I'm not sure. He's at home. There's no doubt that the Latvian riders enjoy riding here in Daugavpils. We've seen some outstanding performances. Andrei Lebedev's very nearly made the final here a few years ago and rode supremely well. Big race this for the wild card on the outside. Can he produce something special?
Yep, another superb lineup here, heat number 5. Tape tries, and it's a good start from Emil Sayfutinov in the red helmet colour, and Doyle twists and turns in that first turn, charging hard here in the blue helmet colour is Mati Zegar. Doyle still on the pace, so is Bogdanovs. Watch out for Zegar going high around the outside. Can he get the better of the Russian in red? It's Sayfutinov from Zegar, from Jason Doyle in third, and now Bogdanovs comes up the inside.
Brilliant! Oh, what a move from Bogdanovs up the inside of Doyle. Very nearly ran in the back of Mati Zegar at the same time. Superstar from Sayfutinov, the Russian, got the inside gate working. Doyle now responding. Crikey, that was close as they go into the first corner. Second time around, Sayfutinov putting away. Bogdanov's out of shape. Doyle diving up the inside, back into third place.
Yep, and it's spectacular here. The lead is with Sayfutinov, making it look all so simple. Zegar is second. They are big, sweeping turns here. Bogdanovs tries the inside run on Doyle. Doyle just about holds on after having his pocket picked by the Latvian a little bit earlier. It's going to be Sayfutinov taking the checkered flag. Second place, Zegar. Third was Jason Doyle. Maxim Bogdanovs at the back there. But Emil Sayfutinov, that's more like it from him. He'll be delighted to get a win under his belt. You could argue normal service resumed for Emil Sayfutinov. We have missed him in the Grand Prix series over the last 3 years or so, and it is good to see him back, Emil. And heat number 5 done and dusted. A little less dusted that time with the water that went down. Sayfutinov the winner. Zegar was second. Jason Doyle was third. And Maxim Bogdanovs at the back. Sayfutinov goes ahead on 5 points here then in Daugavpils, and it was a good ride from him, Kelvin.
Yeah, very impressive. Must have made a few tweaks to the equipment there because it was really hooking up, and he rode a nice line on the opening lap, got away, had a little bit of pressure initially from Zegar, as they came to complete the end of the first lap. But after that, pretty much was in control. Bike digs in there, you see it really did drive really nicely to the first corner. Clearly had made a decision to hug the inside, was aware that there was water on the track, tried to avoid that as much as possible. Bogdanov's was very exciting here, got the better of Jason Doyle, getting up the inside of the Australian here, then very nearly ran into the back of Zago there. How close was that? With his front wheel very nearly clipping the back of the Slovenians. Lifts there then Bogdanov's, that's a shame for him, because that allows Doyle, who's got more momentum down the back straight, to snatch that third place away. But 5 points from his opening 2 rides from the Russian. That's a very handy start. And I fancy him tonight, Nigel. Sayfutinov, these conditions might be just right up his street.
Nice kid as well, Emil Sayfutinov. Great to speak, always very polite.
Shakes your hand.
Shakes your hand, nice, well-mannered, talks to the other riders. You know, he's just one of the nice guys in the pits.
Just like you, Nigel, yeah.
No. Don't like you. Heat number 6. Now, I'm not going to say what a lineup. I'll just say something like, I don't know, a bit tasty, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, decent lineup. Vasilik on the inside, brilliant ride in his opening race.
Yeah, and he's on the inside. Smarslik off gate 2, Woffenden off 3, Hancock off gate number 4. 6 world titles lining up here. The reigning world champion, Hancock off the outside in yellow.
Wow, what a lineup, yeah, because they've got 2 heat winners here. You can't stop saying it, can you? You just can't help yourself. But there's no doubt that Martin Vasilik on the inside was impressive, and so was Woffenden. Woffenden gate 3.
Here we go. Did Woffenden have a nibble at the start? He did. The red lights are on, and I would suspect
I think he might get
Mr.
a warning.
Woffenden might get a warning for that.
Jesper Steenthoff, the referee now, has a decision to make about the 2-time former world champion.
Well, if he applies a warning, we remind you that Woffenden will be warned, and that warning will apply for the rest of the evening. That if he does it again, he'll be thrown out of the race. Now, it's yet to be confirmed whether there will be a warning.
Dropped the clutch early there.
He has.
And I think then there's a possibility he will be warned.
I think we are seeing now the board being prepared.
Looks
with
like
the high-tech gaffer tape.
Very, very high-tech. Bit of analog technology coming through there. But
it will have warning about, over the number 108 of Ty Woffenden. So Woffenden warned for that little discrepancy at the start line.
This frustrates me. Why the delay?
I don't know.
Why the delay? It frustrates me.
You're the ex-rider. I have no idea. Do they need? They must need to do this, Kel. Surely.
No need to do it at all.
Okay.
No need to do it at all.
What are they doing here?
They're readjusting chains, they're checking tyre pressures, they're cooling the engines down, but in truth, no incident, there's no crash, it was just a red light as they went to the first corner. No real need for a delay, in my point.
Okay. You've got one on you today, haven't you?
Well, it's just unnecessary.
Okay. Heat number 6.
Woffenden with the warning, he's first up at tapes.
Yep.
But, yeah, interesting to see how he reacts now. He's going to have to behave himself now.
They haven't put the warning tape on his number, but I can confirm the official word from the referee is that Woffenden is riding under warning at the start here. So, although it wasn't shown on his board, the rider in white, Ty Woffenden, is on a warning. Right, that clarifies that. Here we see Bartosz Marslik. Yeah, he is, yeah. Heat number 6, and across the grid we go. Martin Vasilik off the inside in red. Bartosz Marslik goes off gate 2 in blue. Ty warning Woffenden off gate 3 in white. And Greg Hancock goes off the outside in yellow.
Martin Vasilik, it didn't do him any harm at all having a warning in the first Grand Prix, did it? Because he went on to win it, and Jason Doyle also was in there as well on a warning. And it seems to make them a little bit more disciplined on the start line. What will happen with Ty now?
Here we go, heat number 3, and it's a great start from the man in the red helmet colour, Martin Vasilik. What a move that is. Now Woffenden tries the inside run, but he's got to go wide here, and he has gone very, very wide indeed. The lead here is with Vasilik. Now Woffenden has gone so wide, he's almost in the pits. Can you believe it? That has allowed Smarslik through. So, Smarslik in second, third is Woffenden. Hancock at the back once again. Woffenden tried a type of move that he did in Sweden in Manila on Tuesday night. Didn't quite work out this time. but what can we say about the man in front? Martin Vasilik is in the form of his life.
Have to agree with that. Fantastic start from Vasilik off the inside. Smarslik then just gaining on the man in front. Vasilik, Woofenden has been dropped in third. Keep your eyes on Smarslik. Smarslik is beginning to wind it up. Here he comes! What a move from Smarslik! Just gets the better of Vasilik. The Polish man is on fire now.
What a move from Bartosz Smarslik. That was simply stunning from the young Pole. Bartosz Smarslik, checkered flag. Brilliant move to get the better of Vasilik. And third was Woofenden, ahead of Greg Hancock at the back. What a move from Bartosz Smarslik. We know he can do it. He's underlined it again there. That was the best race of the night so far here in Daugavpils.
Comfortably. And Smarslik, all credit to him, he failed to score in his opening ride. Bike wasn't set up at all, but halfway through that race, it was like a switch that was flicked because he just stormed through and got the better of Woofenden initially, because Woofenden went the long route rather than the short route down the bottom corner there. And Smarslik came charging into the action. Brilliant ride.
Yeah, Vasilik and Saifutinov on 5 apiece now. Woofenden on 4, Zagar on 4. A reminder, if you are new to Speedway, Grand Prix Speedway, it's the top 8 that qualify for the semi-finals here in round 3 of the World Championship.
Well, Martin Vasilik, absolutely sensational away from the tapes. Woofenden on a warning. Didn't make a very good start, but made a good first corner. The world champion Hancock is having a really tough night. Look at Smarslik, having to come from the back. Didn't get away at all well. And then Martin Vasilik realises he's under pressure, and Smarslik, what a move that was. That was a terrific move. Got to give credit to Vasilik here. He gives him racing room, but he's powerless there. He just can do nothing about the momentum and the speed that Smarslik showed. And I think it showed a lot of maturity there from Smarslik. Had a disappointing opening ride. Comes back with 3 points in his second outing. Excellent.
Yeah, great ride from Bartosz Smarslik. As we move on to heat number 7, former world champion Chris Holder. On the inside gate here, we have Antonio Lindback, the man in the blue helmet colour. Across the grid, this is how it lines up. Chris Holder, Antonio Lindback, Peter Killerman, and Niels Christian Iversen. 3 of these riders didn't score in their opening ride, Kelv.
Well, Holder, absolutely. Holder was impressive. He showed some speed in his opening ride, so he must have been pleased with that. The other 3, well, they had work to do, and I'm sure there's been quite a lot of work going in their pit corners, because quite clearly to get the grip, to get the speed out there tonight is all important. Iversen's a fighter, we know that. Kilderman, if he gets it right, is not frightened to win.
Well, the tape stayed down quite a while there, and Holder has made a good start. Now, can Iversen get around him? Up the inside as well in blue is Antonio Lindback, but that's a great ride from Iversen. Stunning move around the outside from Niels. Now Holder takes up the running in second place with Lindback charging hard, and Peter Killerman, the injury replacement for Nicky Pedersen, is trailing at the back, but that was a smart move from Niels Christian Iversen of Denmark.
Yeah, used that first corner nicely, got the swoop and got the speed and got himself to the front. Got to say, Holder's got a lot of speed there. There's a lot of action going on behind Iversen, with Antonio Lindback coming into the picture as well, with Kilderman out the back. Good speedway race this. Iversen out in front, just about comfortable. Holder under all sorts of pressure from Lindback, Nigel. This could be tight. This could be very tight.
Yep, the lead is with Niels Christian Iversen, but Holder is having to absolutely ride overtime here, because Lindback is absolutely all over him. Killerman is at the back, but down the back straight they go. It's looking good for Niels Christian Iversen here. Failed to score in his opening ride. A bit like Bartosz Smarslik, it's going to be a 0 and then a 3 for Niels Christian Iversen, with Chris Holder, who will never ever have to work as hard as that for a second place again, I would suspect. That was a lot of work for Holder for 2 points in that one, Kel.
Yeah, but 2 points is useful. He's had a good start to tonight's meeting. Solid performance from Chris Holder so far, and he will be relatively pleased with that. Excellent ride from Iversen. What a way to bounce back after a desperately disappointing opening ride. Shows that time and time again. You can never count Iversen out. Shows great character every Grand Prix. Iversen coming up with the 3 points there. Super from him.
Yeah, and Holder in second with Lindback third, and Killerman finding it tough.
Yeah.
Only called up late to the GP after Nicky's crash in the week. Holder on 4 now. Everson on 3 moves into the top 8. Still very early. They have 5 rides each to establish the top 8. But Everson, magnificent there.
Yeah, he works very hard here. Bike worked nicely away from the tapes, gets the better of Kilderman. That allows him to swoop across. Just gets that momentum out of that first corner. And Lindback coming up, also putting pressure on Holder. In actual fact, the Swedish man, Lindback, puts Holder under pressure throughout the race. And Everson there on the edge of the dirt, just keeping his speed up, gently pulling away. Holder then really can't then just focus on Everson because he's getting so much grief from Antonio Lindback, who keeps sneaking up the inside, so he couldn't relax for a moment. But he's got 4 points, 3 points there for Everson, just replaying it to the crew in the pits. This is how I did it.
Yep, heat number 8 is next. Mats Janowski, the man who won his opening ride, is off gate 2. The series leader, Freddie Lindgren, is off the inside gate in the red helmet colour here on 33 Grand Prix points after 2 scores of 16 in Slovenia and Warsaw, where he won, and only 2 Grand Prix wins in his career. Freddie Lindgren off the inside in red. Mats Janowski goes off gate 2 in blue. Piotr Pawlicki gate 3 in white, and off the outside it's Patrick Dudek doing a good impression of Niels Christian Everson on our graphic.
Very close there, very close to Everson.
Striking
resemblance. Patrick Dudek on the outside, he can be quick. So can all of them in truth. There's no doubt that Janowski was very quick out of gate in the opening race. He's out here in gate number 2. But Freddie Lindgren, there is concern about Freddie. He's got that injury to his left knee. Is it going to affect him? He knows this place very, very well. Here we go.
Yep, heat number 8 it is then. It's a fast start from Janowski. He's nailed it from gate number 2. That is magnificent. Lindgren, an awkward turn in that first turn there, and Lindgren is in danger of going to the back. And he has gone to the back now, as coming through is Piotr Pawlicki. Third in yellow is Patrick Dudek, and the lead here is Mats Janowski. Could he go on to his second straight victory on a track where he has won a Grand Prix before? Didn't win a final because they didn't have one. It was rained off after 20 races. But Janowski is absolutely loving every minute of this.
Yeah, he's repeating his performance from his first race. Brilliant stuff from him. Bike was superb away from the tapes. 3 poles here with Pawlicki in second place and Dudek in third. And, well, Lindgren was lucky to stay on. He lifted violently coming out of the first corner and finds himself at the back. Suddenly, Grand Prix Speedway is very tough for the championship leader coming into tonight. What a ride this is for Janowski. Looking like back-to-back wins for the Polish man. He's flying in front.
He's going to go within 2 points of Lindgren at the top of the World Championship as well. Still very, very early days, of course. But Mats Janowski is a winner, and a convincing winner of heat number 8. Every rider has now completed 2 rides, and Lindgren only just coming over the line. That was quite alarming. He actually twisted in the first turn. I was watching him closely. He twisted in the first turn and then lost control of the bike down the back straight, Freddie Lindgren. That is a concern for him. But Mats Janowski, simply superb there in heat number 8.
Indeed it was. Brilliant start, flew away from the tapes. Really was very quick out in front. Desperate for Lindgren.
Yep, Pawlicki second, Dudek was third, and Freddie Lindgren trailing at the back. This is what it means now. Mats Janowski, the only unbeaten rider from 2 rides on 6, with Vaculik and Saifutinov on 5 points apiece.
Well, super stuff from Janowski again there. He really did make it look quite easy in truth. Long pause on the tapes. Well, a bit of movement there from Pawlicki, but the referee allows it to go because probably did penalise himself. Great start from Janowski, gets to that first corner. Pawlicki goes very wide indeed. But keep your eyes on Lindgren there. That violent lift coming out of the first corner. Here we see it again. The bike rears up underneath him. He does well to control it. But unfortunately, that renders him out the back and out of the points and is having a difficult time. And possibly that knee injury is just knocking his confidence a little bit. But a man full of confidence right now is Mats Janowski. Difficult start to the season. Much improved performance 2 weeks ago in Warsaw. And unbeaten so far this evening. He'll be really pleased with that. The bike is working beautifully.
Yes, very much so. So we've had 8 heats. Track work now, track grading under the supervision of Phil Morris, the Grand Prix race director. We'll get some reaction very shortly down in the pits area to what we've just seen. 8 races gone, 2 rides apiece.
Not easy. It's tough to get the bike set up dead right. We're looking at work going on Lindgren's bike there. And Janowski, of course, he'll be just having a debrief with his team, but he started this evening's event very nicely. Emil Saifutinov is another rider that's going really nicely on 5 points, and he's done well. And you were right in commentary when you said Janowski, he likes this place because he did win here, didn't he? Although it was called short because of the rain, but he has fond memories of Daugavpils, that's for sure. And so far, it's working nicely. And this man also, Martin Veselik, you know, another strong start to tonight's meeting. So consistency, again, is very important.
Now let's hear from Emil Saifutinov, who's with Amy.
Emil, a really solid start to the evening. 5 points from the opening 2 races. How are you feeling?
I feel always so good, and just always try to pushing and keeping always quick setup. So I hope it'll be the same in always next hit.
Thanks for talking to us, Emil. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yes.
First couple of rides, and got to say that Saifutinov, if he finds the confidence, then he's not frightened to win Grand Prix. He has quite a remarkable record in Grand Prix Speedway. We haven't seen him in the series for 3 years, so we're pleased to see him back. He had a nasty crash 2 weeks ago in Warsaw. He was lucky to get away with it.
Yeah, it was.
And it was quite a shocking crash. He was out of control and got off the back of the... Well, he didn't quite get off the back of the bike. But pleased to see him on 5 points from his opening 2 rides. The real challenge tonight is getting the bike set up on this loose, dry surface. If you get that, you're going to be in the points. Janowski's cracked it right from the word go. I sense in the pits there's 1 or 2 riders just having to do some soul-searching nights to get it dead right.
Martin Vacilik is ready to speak to us now with Amy.
Martin, you were really unlucky there in Heat 6. Unfortunately, Smartlik managed to pull a huge move on you. But I'm guessing your place in the championship standings is acting as such a big dangling carrot for you.
I don't think we have to say unlucky. Simple Bartek was faster than he, and he was in the better line, so I made a little bit mistake, and that cost me first place. But just take experiments from that heat, and you know, just keep focused for the next one, and try my best always.
You're looking really strong out there tonight.
Thank you.
Feeling it?
It's, you know, just try my best in every heat, and I think that is work for me. So keep focused on it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, he started well, Nigel, and you've got to say that coming back into the series and winning the opening Grand Prix, not a lot of people predicted that, but to his internal credit, he has maintained that high level of performance. And at Grand Prix level, and particularly this year, it's going to be about your consistency. And Martin Vacilik right now has got it. A man who is struggling, and I don't like saying it, but Greg Hancock, the world champion right now, is struggling for form. And it's unusual for Greg to go so many races without winning some. Had a very difficult meeting in Warsaw. And so far tonight, he's just got the 1 point from the opening 2 rides. So yeah, he said that they've been working on the equipment in the last couple of weeks since Warsaw, and they felt that they were going in the right direction. But I just sense now, Nigel, they're going to have to roll the dice a little bit.
Well, Freddie Lindgren is on 33 Grand Prix points. Martin Vacilik is on 31. Jason Doyle is on 30. Here we see it. Oh, my calculations are correct.
Well done.
And that's restored my faith in my mathematics.
Got to be lucky sometime, mate.
Yeah. Matsianovsky 28, Woffinen 25, Dudek 24, Saifutinov. Blimey, it's tight, isn't it?
Very tight.
Very tight.
Really exciting for the championship. There's no doubt that the top 8 are very, very tight. Niels Christian Iversen on 21, working hard. Hancock there on 16. Now that is a surprise for me, as with Chris Holder, the reigning world champion and a former world champion down in 11th and 12th. And Hancock finding points hard to come by. Normally so renowned for his starting ability. 2 races tonight, it's been nowhere near the first turn. And that's something he's always fallen back on. That's been like an insurance policy for him. He can pull a start out when he really needs it. He's got 3 more opportunities tonight, so he's far from out of it, but he's had a difficult start.
He has, and there is a long way to go. We remind you there's 12 rounds of the World Championship, all the way through to Melbourne in Australia, and that is in October the 29th. So a lot of racing to do,
yeah.
but when you're on 16 points and the leader's on 33, and we're halfway through round 3, you know, you would still argue that it's a long, long way back for the reigning champion to get a 5th world title.
He's playing catch-up already, isn't he?
Yes.
You know, he's got to put in some really big performances to be able to challenge for the title again at this very early stage, which is something I'm sure he's not focusing on right now, but that is the position he finds himself in. And this year, when, you know, you only have to be a whisker off with the strength and depth in the championship, you know, if you're not on top of your game, you're going to find points extremely difficult to come by. Hancock is vastly experienced, there's no doubt about that. He'll be using all of that right now to try and turn his fortunes around.
Yes, very much so. Heat number 9 is coming up, and Hancock is on the inside gate here, and I would say if he's going to save his night, he really is going to have to win this race up against Dudek, Zagar, and Chris Holder as well. It's a big race coming up here, a defining race here, Heat 9 for Greg.
For the world champion it is, yes. And Heat, the inside gate, he may be looking at that favourably. We've seen riders win from there in the opening 8 heats, so it's more than possible. They have watered again, so it will be a little greasy on the inside in the first corner. I suspect that Greg will hold the inside really tight on that first corner, trying to get on the drier part of the track to get the grip, to get the speed, to get the momentum down the back straight to try and fire himself to the front. Goggles and helmets on, so it won't be long before the 2 minutes is on and the referee will get the riders. Phil Morris is still on the track. Yep. The water bowser hasn't left the track yet. They're just doing a little bit more watering on the exit of turn 2. I think Phil wants the water bowser now to leave the track. Will it?
Yeah, I think they're just about to push the riders off. Maybe another lap of the water bowser.
No, the water bowser is continuing.
Right, so a bit of extra watering here, Kelv.
Yeah, and that will be slippery in the first corner now, because there's a very hard surface. He stopped, but just through that first turn there in the middle of the track, that's no man's land.
Yes.
So I think the inside run on the opening lap will be the one that will be favoured.
So an opportunity for Hancock from gate number 1. Are you saying then, Kelv, that in the middle of that bends 1 and 2, right in the middle there, the chances are you're just going to spin and not make any progress?
That will be no man's land. You've either got to commit to almost the air fence, where it may be a little dry and a little bit more material.
That's a big commitment.
Very big. We saw Wolfenden do that, it didn't work. And I'm not sure if any of them will do that. I think they'll all fight for the inside line quite potentially, but the inside gate, if he drops the clutch at the right time, there's a good chance now that the world champion will grab an advantage. We're seeing the water bowser again actually driving round on the inside on turns 3 and 4 to actually water the very inside, which will make it quite slippery. It'd be interesting to see if he does that the same in turns 1 and 2.
Well, you could argue in the interests of consistency, that I'm no track expert, Kelv, but maybe in the interests of consistency, they're looking at watering the entire track.
They're going to do it. He's slowed down. Yes, he is, and that will make the inside slippery as well.
So this advantage that you were talking about is now going right out of the window.
It might well be. It's just whether if you get there and the whole track is now slippery and greasy, which potentially it is, the shortest way will be the quickest way.
Yeah, well, we were due off a couple of minutes ago, so quite clearly they are concerned about the dust element of the Grand Prix tonight.
They're playing catch-up, and it's always difficult because the track was dry in Heat 1, and then it's very difficult to get the moisture back in the track while you're racing. And it is a very fine line, not easy, particularly on a day like today when it was sunny and windy. And this material is very lightweight, so it doesn't retain the moisture. So not easy, but it was a little dry in the opening races.
Okay, well, we'll be off and running very shortly then with the 3rd round of heats. Here we see Patrick Dudek in the blue helmet colour in heat number 9. Greg Hancock, now he knows this is a huge race for him, a 4 times world champion.
Well, if he comes out with 4 points after 3 rides, then he's in with a shout.
He is.
He's given himself a foundation to work from.
A couple of second places after that, and he could find himself in the semi-finals.
Yeah, he'll be looking for more. He'll be looking for 3 wins. That's how he works. But this is an opportunity. And after 2 disappointing outings, Hancock, the world champion, been there, got the T-shirt several times over. Can he produce a world-class ride now in heat number 9?
We shall see. Dudek, the man in blue, preparing. The riders out there. Hancock having 1 or 2 adjustments as well. So heat number 9 coming up here in Daugavpils, Latvia. And this will be the 3rd round of heats for every one of these riders. It's coming up shortly. Here we go with heat number 9 then, after some extensive track watering in between heats there. Greg Hancock now going off the inside, needs a win if he's going to have a chance of making the semi-finals tonight. Patrick Dudek, the green machine, going off gate 2 in blue. Mati Zegar, the Slovenian, gate 3 in white. And Chris Holder, 2 second places to his name so far. He goes off the outside in yellow.
Encouraging from Holder so far tonight. Got to say, looks like he's racing with real intent. 4 points. There's no doubt that Zegar has a similar score. 2 second places and 4 points. Similar score. Exactly the same score, Kelvin. Dudek on the green machine is coming out of gate 2. If he hits the front, he's a hard man to pass. He's a lightweight and he can be extremely fast. The focus of our attention right now is on the world champion. He's got 1 point from 2 rides, needs a win. He's got the inside gate. There's quite a lot of water on the track in the first corner. Could be a little greasy. Hug the inside, I suspect. Shortest way could be the fastest way.
Let's find out. Heat number 9 on a humid evening here in Latvia. No rain forecast, thankfully. Here we go, and it's a great start from Dudek off 2, and he's clamped Hancock down. And that's, Dudek's locked up right in front of Hancock. Thankfully, no contact there. And now Hancock takes up the running, but watch out for Zegar in white. Here comes Mati Zegar in the white helmet colour. Hancock holds the inside line, now has to go wide, and that allows Holder through into 3rd. Patrick Dudek the leader. It's Greg Hancock 2nd. Chris Holder has gone towards the air fence. That's allowed the opportunity for Zegar to come back up the inside, and Holder's got it all to do again. But Dudek, who locked up awkwardly early on.
They go out of shape, nearly got off the bike. Holder can't quite take the opportunity. What a start it was from Dudek. Out of gate 2, blew away from the start and is fast in front. Hancock more competitive this time. Difficult conditions in the opening couple of laps here. Very greasy, really quite tough. But Dudek out in front. He looks good. An encouraging ride from Hancock in 2nd place.
Yeah, Dudek holds the lead here quite comfortably now in heat number 13. Or in heat number 9, I should say. I was getting ahead of myself there. It's a good ride from Patrick Dudek, who wins heat number 9. Greg Hancock in 2nd spot. 2 big points for him. Still gives him an opportunity. Maybe to stage a late challenge for a semi-final spot, but it did look early on, got to see the replays again, as though Greg did particularly well to avoid Patrick.
Yeah.
Because the pole did lock up awkwardly in that first turn. Not saying he did it deliberately, far from it. I'm sure riders don't do that, but at the end of the day, that is where Dudek managed to get the drop. Hancock 2nd, Zegar was 3rd, and Chris Holder trailed it at the back. It's a tough contest, this.
Yeah.
Dudek moves on to 5 points. Hancock's on to 3 on the edges of the top 8. Still in with a chance. He can still score 9 from his 5 rides.
Yeah, we'll watch this again because Dudek makes a superb start from gate 2. Slippery going into the first corner and pulls a big locker, and Hancock then has to readjust himself and does it superbly well. Down the back straight they go, slippery around the inside, they're all hugging the inside. Zegar on the outside, just about gets himself into 3rd place, and then Holder hustles his way as they complete the opening lap, then runs very, very wide. No money in that move at all. Relegates himself to the back. Dudek on that green machine was fast out in front. He'll be pleased with that, but that was a tricky race, no doubt about it. Greasy out there. Riders really having to have plenty of throttle control. Dudek almost turning the bike inside out as they went in that first corner. Big race win for him. Steady from Hancock. Hancock probably needs at least 5 points from his last 2 rides.
Yep, heat number 10 is coming up here then. This man off the outside is Ty Woffenden. And here's your lineup. Off the inside, Piotr Pawlicki in the red helmet colour. Jason Doyle goes off gate 2 in blue. Antonio Limbach, gate 3 in white. Ty Woffenden on that warning is off the outside gate in yellow. He'll be looking forward to the British Grand Prix in Cardiff, his home Grand Prix on the 22nd of July. Who will join him? Who will be the wild card? We'll find out on June the 19th at Bellevue in the British final to find out what will happen then. I'm assuming that's the case. I've not seen anything official on that, but we assume that that will be the case. Heat number 10. Here we go, halfway stage of the qualifiers. That's a great start from Piotr Pawlicki. Where on earth did he find that from? Oh, Doyle's locked up and Woffenden's gone through. Now the lead here is Piotr Pawlicki after a stunning start. Ty Woffenden second. Jason Doyle locked up awkwardly in that first turn. He's in third place, and the man at the back is Antonio Limbach. Woffenden is right on the heels of Piotr Pawlicki, and another rider locks up in the first turn. This time it's Woffenden.
Greasy there, where they watered in the interval. There's no doubt that it's caught 2 riders out there big time. Woffenden did remarkably well to stay on, as did Doyle on the opening lap. Pawlicki was superb away from the start. Doyle again has hit that slippery patch and lost a lot of ground. Does he get it back down the back straight? Probably half of it. Pawlicki was good away from the tapes. He's comfortable out in front. Lap to go here. Woffenden in second. They're just being a little bit more circumspect as they go into the first corner. Not easy. Pawlicki will be delighted.
Yeah, this is going to be a great result for Piotr Pawlicki, and Doyle's packed up. Oh my goodness, bad luck for Jason Doyle, but a win for Piotr Pawlicki. 6 points to him now. Woffenden in second, third is Antonio Limbach, and Jason Doyle sees his race ended with bike problems there in heat number 10. Drama for Doyle. Speedway can be such a cruel sport at times, but Piotr Pawlicki, simply superb. He did all the hard work from the start. He really was so quick.
Got a feel for Doyle.
Any ideas, Kelv?
No, none at all.
No?
None at all. Didn't look like it shed a chain. Just coming out of the turn 2 late in the race, and the bike just gave up going down the back straight, but Pawlicki didn't. Brilliant ride from him.
Woffenden, 2 points for him, and Limbach was third. Woffenden, who locked up at one stage there as well, 6 points for him. Doyle's on 3 with a bit of work to do to get through now.
Absolutely. What a start from Pawlicki. Nailed it. Brilliant stuff from him. Look at this from Doyle. How on earth he avoided the back of Pawlicki. Almost spun it around. Watch it again. Sensational start from the Polish boy on the inside. Doyle, blue helmet colour. Oh, crikey. How on earth did he avoid the back of Pawlicki? How close does this get? He does remarkably well there, but as a consequence, he finds himself now all of a sudden Woffenden very nearly, and Antonio Limbach finding it very slippery going into the first corner. Did well to stay upright. That man, though, he's having a good night. So that race win there has turned his fortunes around. He had 3 points from 2, now he's got 6 from 3, and that's plenty to work on. That's good stuff. So fair play to Pawlicki.
Puts him on to 20 Grand Prix points as well. He'll be pleased with that to go through the 20-point barrier. He won't be aware of that. He won't be taking too much notice of the World Championship standings at this particular stage, but just for the record, Freddie Lindgren 33, Martin Vasilik 31, Jason Doyle 30, and Dudek and Woffenden are now on 27 behind Janowski on 28. So 6 points separates 6 riders in the world at the moment.
Tight.
Janowski off the inside unbeaten. Maxim Bogdanov's that memorable opening heat win for the wild card goes off gate 2. Niels Christian Iversen gate 3, and Martin Vasilik, the Slovakian, goes off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Heat number 11 coming up.
Big clash here, isn't there, with Janowski unbeaten on the inside. Inside gate has worked pretty well this evening. Martin Vasilik fired up, riding well, said that it really wasn't a mistake. He just got out-battled by Schmarslik in his previous ride. Interested to see how it goes. Bogdanov from gate 2, he could be a surprise.
Yep, here we go. Janowski has dropped the clutch ahead of the rest once again. That is a super ride from Janowski, and he doesn't lock up either. And now Bogdanov tries the inside. Oh my goodness me, almost lost it completely. That's exactly what Lindgren did in his previous ride as well.
He's out of control.
Oh my goodness, he's all over the place. It's Dodgem cars on Speedway bikes.
It was there.
But the lead is with Mats Janowski. Niels Christian Eversen is second. Third in the yellow helmet, Martin Vasilik. And at the back is Maxim Bogdanovs, but at least he's still on his bike.
Well, he's packed up now. He's not anymore.
No, he's not on his bike anymore.
He's off his bike.
Oh,
Bike
goodness
gave
me.
up going into turn 3 and 4. Red light must come on, surely. Yeah, lights are on now. Looked like the bike packed up as he went into turn 3. And he got off it. He was lucky to stay on it. The lap before, he was all over the place. Janowski was away, looking really accomplished out in front. Vasilik got out-hustled away from the tapes that time, but Bogdanov just there. Crikey, how on earth did he avoid the riders on the opening lap?
Drama there, but thankfully he's okay. That's good. And it's not very often in commentary, as we see there, that Maxim Bogdanovs is excluded. It's not very often in commentary you say he's at the back, but at least he's still on his bike, and then this happens.
That's right.
There you go.
The bike just gave up there, look. It just straightened up.
That's the commentator's curse
It
for
is
you, Kel.
indeed, yeah. You spoke too soon, mate.
I
You
did,
need
again.
to be more patient.
Yeah.
Not sure you can be, but there we are. But there we are. Gets up. He's okay. Just his pride hurt, and I'm sure that there'll be maybe a change of equipment. But he's out. Shame, because he started so well tonight. You know, with that 3 points and that win he had in his opening ride, place went mad. Hasn't quite been able to back it up subsequently. Fortunate, in truth, actually, on the opening lap, because he went through that first corner, he was all over the place. Whether he was having some bike problems then, possibly. But no, a shame for the wild card. But Janowski out in front. I've got to say, he is looking really, really good tonight. And the bike setup spot on. Really good away from the inside gate. He's got to do it again now. But nonetheless, he's looking very, very good tonight, that's for sure.
Just a bit of information for you. I'm not sure whether all our viewers around the world saw pictures earlier, but Jonas Kilmakorpi is here with Freddie Lindgren tonight. Now, Jonas Kilmakorpi is a rider who has been forced to retire during the winter, former world long track champion and a former Daugavpils rider. And it was nice to see Jonas Kilmakorpi given a lap of honour on the back of a Harley Davidson here, and a presentation from the Daugavpils club as well. Kilmakorpi, a fine rider, Kelvin.
Very fine rider, and dreadfully sad that his career's been cut short by the injuries he sustained on a flat track race in Spain during the winter. Very sad indeed. But he was a fan favourite here. He was a strong performer over a number of years for this club, and a very fitting reception he received. So delighted to see that. He's got a long road ahead, unfortunately, for Jonas. It's a nasty injury to his left hip, and he will have to have it replaced at some point in the fairly near future.
Yeah, and a busy 3 days around Europe coming up as well. The Polish League continues tomorrow. There's second and third division in Speedway racing in the UK, and then Bank Holiday Monday. It's a bank holiday in the UK this coming Monday, and there is live Speedway all over the country in Great Britain on Monday at all levels. I can't mention every fixture because I can't remember them all. But
No,
anyway,
there's plenty of racing
there's
on,
plenty
that's
of
for sure.
Speedway up and down the UK on Monday. There's a track near you, and then on Tuesday it's back to the Swedish League, where the boys are doing battle there in the Swedish League as well. Freddie Lindgren has to be a question mark over whether we see him in action over the next 3 days, I'm sure. And there is Jonas Kilmakorpi, not there, Jonas Kilmakorpi in the pits, and in Freddie Lindgren's pit corner. So,
yeah, well, they're neighbours actually in Andorra.
Yes, in Andorra, yeah.
And they're good friends, and it's good to see that Jonas is out and about. As I say, he has sustained a very serious injury, which has forced his retirement. And fingers crossed that Freddie Lindgren can find a decent performance here this evening, because on the evidence of his first couple of rides, he's finding it tough tonight. Janowski back up at tapes, and riders are beginning to emerge for the rerun. Will be 3 riders only this time because of Bogdanov's exclusion. But Janowski on the inside, extremely impressive.
See a Wolves flag there, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Wolves Speedway, whatever that is.
The Wanderers.
Good to see them. If it's
football team, isn't it?
Wolverhampton Wanderers, I can't approve as a West Brom fan, but anyway. Here's heat number 11, Mats Janowski off the inside in red, Maxim Bogdanov gate 2 in blue, Niels Christian Eversen gate, it's excluded of course, Niels Christian Eversen gate 3 in white, and Martin Vasilik going off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go, heat number 11. Can anybody stop Magic Matsianovsky off the inside gate.
Well, the evidence so far, it's going to be extremely difficult because he's flying so far. Everson's a hard charger, as is Vasilik. Here we go.
Yeah, beat number 11 we go, and it's a great start from Janowski again. He is absolutely flying here tonight. Niels Christian Everson is going to try the inside run, but Janowski has got this with the lead now down that back straight. Everson is second. The man in yellow is Martin Vasilik in third place, and Janowski has gone wide. Janowski just about holds on to the lead, though. That's how much in command he was. He makes a mistake and still maintains the advantage, going down the back straight in lap 2.
Not quite sure what happened there. May have hit a small rut or a hole or something in the bottom corner. This time avoids it. Vasilik is working hard in third place. Janowski once again demonstrating great speed. Looking like Everson and Vasilik are going to find it very difficult to do anything about him out in front. Everson working hard with Vasilik. Looking like he might drop a couple of points here, but Janowski with a lap to go, looking like he's going to remain unbeaten so far this evening, and that really is an excellent effort. Janowski flying in front.
Yeah, Janowski riding beautifully here in heat number 11. He's on his way to 9 points out of 9, and he can put himself forward for the semi-finals already with 2 heats spare for him. Matsi Janowski in absolutely tremendous form on 31 Grand Prix points now. That is a great return from him, and Vasilik, only with that point, has still gone within 1 point of Freddie Lindgren at the top of the leaderboard. But Janowski, the way things are going, Janowski, if he keeps carrying on this form, he will head to Prague in 2 weeks' time as leader of the World Championship. There is a very good chance of that. Janowski, Everson, Vasilik, Bogdanovs. That is your finishing order. Janowski, a former Pool Pirates man, Swindon Robins, Kings Lynn Stars in the UK. 9 points out of 9 for the pole. Playing his trade with Wroclaw, a teammate of Wolfenden's, and absolutely on it tonight, Kelv.
Dead right. Brilliant stuff again from Janowski. Remains composed. Second time of asking. Does exactly the same. He allows the bike to go to the middle of the track in the first corner. It's dried now, and his bike is working superbly well, and he charges to the front. Hits something there, though, and momentarily, brilliant stuff there. We catch that. Just look at that. Bike nearly spitting him off the high side there. Does well, but such is his pace, such is his composure. He retains the lead, and Everson can do nothing about it. Brilliant stuff from him. 9 out of 9. Looking like a potential winner tonight. Looking like a potential World Championship leader going into Prague. But there's still plenty of racing to go.
Yep, there is indeed. After this race, every rider will have completed 3 of their 5 programmed rides.
Yep.
And we will get a much clearer picture as to how the top 8 is shaping up here in the Grand Prix in Daugavpils, Latvia. Close to the Russian border here tonight.
Schmalzlik out here, Nigel. This is a good clash once again. Saifudanov was impressive last time. Holder's been quick all night. Schmalzlik bouncing back after a disappointing opening ride. Superb last time out. And Kilderman on the outside. Yeah. Great lineup.
Absolutely it is. Again, you're saying it more than me tonight. Brilliant. Here we go then. Heat number 12. Lindgren has moved at the start and the red lights are on. And then, well, let's see what Jesper Steentoft does here. Well, there is an argument. Some referees may well have let that go because Lindgren punished himself.
Yes, that's true. And we have seen that on more than one occasion. But Lindgren will be warned for that. I just sense he's not... That knee injury has unsettled him, Nigel. He has been so good this year. Watch it again. Clearly moves early. Lucky not to touch the tapes.
Yeah.
But that's, as you rightly say, he does penalise himself. But maybe the new system, the referee wants to give him a warning. Jesper Steentoft he's well and truly out of it there, isn't he? So he certainly didn't gain an advantage by it.
Well, we are just getting the information through now. Confirmation. It is a warning. It is a warning for Freddie Lindgren.
But more importantly, Nigel, the World Championship leader coming into this meeting, winning last time in Warsaw, that injury has unsettled him. There's no doubt about it. He hasn't spoken to anybody.
No, he's wanted to play it low-key.
He has, indeed, but he's also playing it very low-key on track, unfortunately for him. He hasn't got the dynamic style and determination that we've seen in the first 2 GPs, and such a shame for him when he was in such fine form.
We've got a bit of rain here now.
No.
Umbrellas are going up.
Oh, that'll make it tricky. Let's hope it's not too long. It's clear over the back, so I don't think it'll be around for too long.
It's only spitting. It's just spitting.
Okay.
Yep.
But
that's my weather update. It's spitting.
It's along the lines of Peter Kay's description, isn't it? It's only spitting.
It's that fine rain that soaks you through.
Fine rain.
Right, heat number 12. And here we go with all 4 riders back for the restart. But on a serious note, it's a decision for Phil Morris now. How much water does he put down after this race?
Yeah.
With a little bit of rain falling. Emil Seifutinov off the inside. Freddie Lindgren going off gate 2 in blue. Bartosz Szmartlik gate 3 in white. And Peter Killerman, welcome back to the Grand Prix, Peter. No points so far.
Tough Grand Prix lineup, tougher than ever before, I say. There's no doubt that if you're not on it, then you're not going to get many points at all. Seifutinov has been riding well. Lindgren struggling with that left knee injury. Got to find something special. Needs to behave himself on the start now. Szmartlik, fast, really fast last time, getting the better of Vasilik. And Peter Kilderman previously has a super record in the Grand Prix. Won a Grand Prix last year, the first round. Knows how to do it.
Does indeed. Heat number 12. Watch out for Seifutinov off the inside gate. It's a great start from the Russian, and charging through in white here. Here comes Bartosz Szmartlik, but Seifutinov keeps his nerve. Lindgren is third now. The man at the back here is Peter Killerman. He's gone down and hit the fence. Peter Killerman has gone down and is staying down as well. The red lights will have to come on.
Wow,
he did well
there. He did really well there. He's on his, still laying down,
yeah.
But he got the bike down. He's clearly hit the track with a real thump. Janowski hit a patch there, didn't he, in the previous race where he very nearly lost control of it. This time Kilderman does. Lifts violently through that bottom corner, the pit corner. And landed on his backside, quite probably is winded at the very least. But high speed this track, very high speed. Bikes are revving really hard, not a lot of grip on the track. Just the slightest of ruts or dodgy patch on the track, the bike will react violently, and we saw it clearly there. And Peter Kilderman, well, fingers crossed he hasn't hurt himself.
Yeah.
Not the great return to the Grand Prix tonight.
No, and again, Peter Killerman, a very professional rider, nice guy as well, former Swindon rider in the UK. He was actually, I don't think I'm giving any secrets away here, saying that he was in talks with Somerset Rebels in the UK during the winter.
He was. Here we see, he's out the back, he's come in there hard, bike lifts violently, no chance at all. He's had to come off the throttle there, and as he's turned it back on, the bike is just really gripped underneath him, and he goes down. He must have given himself a really good thump as he lands. Watch it again now. He has to shut the throttle there because he's nearly in the back of Lindgren. Bike straightens underneath him, lifts violently, and down he goes. Doesn't come off really bad, but there, when he lands on the track, the first impact onto the track, I would suggest, he's up and about, so the ambulance, we hope, won't be required, which is dash down the back straight at top speed.
Well, let's hope that's just a precaution. Looks like it is. But he's obviously in quite a bit of discomfort here, Peter Killerman.
When he
maybe
landed,
a knee.
The left leg was sort of caught under the bike, and quite clearly that's, he's sustained an injury there, but it is good to see him up.
Very much so. The ambulance still on the track, but we hope that is nothing more than a precaution for Peter. Here we see Emil Seifutinov's pit crew just managing the machinery ahead of a restart where Peter Killerman will be excluded, and there will be 3 riders only for the restart of heat number 12 here in Daugavpils.
Seifutinov did well, there, because he ran wide in the first corner, and Szmartlik had chopped to the inside, and it looked like that Szmartlik might well have been able to get the run coming off the first corner and squeeze the Russian down the back straight, but to Seifutinov's credit, we're seeing it again. Not ideal. Lifts now, bang, off the back. The leg there, this left leg caught under the bike, would have taken quite a knock.
You are right, Kelv. He's got off it really well, even though he may have hurt himself.
Yeah.
It could have been so much worse. He's got off the bike there.
That's the problem there with his left leg under the bike. I'm sure that's when the damage is done. But that could have been worse. He could have collected Lindgren on the way through, all sorts of different scenarios. So, not the best of nights for Peter Kilderman.
Well, the riders are coming right back out for the restart here in heat number 12. And so, looking forward to this. We'll see how Freddie Lindgren gets on.
Quite amazing how the weather's changed so very quickly. It was a beautiful day, no threat of rain, and suddenly we've got quite heavy cloud cover now, and we have had 1 or 2 spots. Fingers crossed it doesn't interfere with the racing too much. It hasn't done so far, so pleasing to see that it's just eased off and we should be set fair. 3 riders only here.
Yeah. See how it goes here then. Heat number 12. Saifutinov made a good start there.
Yes.
In that one. Smarslik threatened briefly, as he does. Great rider, Smarslik, always good to watch. They all are here in this Grand Prix, including Nicky Pedersen, who we wish well, of course, out injured tonight. Emil Saifutinov, Freddie Lindgren, and Bartosz Smarslik, 3 riders only. That's how they shape up.
They do.
For Heat 12.
Heat 12 about to get underway again. I think Lindgren's changed his bike, you know. I reckon he's on his spare bike now and looks a touch cleaner than the previous one. I may be wrong, but I'm going out on a limb. I reckon he's changed his bike. Saifutinov is on the inside. And Smarslik, who was quick last time, could be quite a tussle here. Here we go, green light about to come on.
Yep, heat number 12 it is then here. 2nd time of asking, 3rd time of asking, and now we'll need a 4th. The starting gate didn't go up on the inside. And it's frustration for the riders here. And the red flag on, I'm sure it's going to be all 4 riders back, all 3 riders back, all 3 riders back.
Is that all 3, is it, Nige?
Yeah, can't count. So, again, the riders will go back and wait for the restart. There you see it. That's slightly unsatisfactory. I think Emil's got a case there for an unsatisfactory start.
It might just go his way, you know.
No wonder Bartosz Smarslik was a little bit annoyed there.
Yeah.
He's clearly not seen what's happened on the inside of him.
None at all. Well, he looks the other way, so he's completely unaware that the tapes haven't gone up on the inside. A little bit disconcerting, that. We'll have to now test that, and fingers crossed that that resolves itself fairly quickly. Been a tough night. Grand Prix is tough, and very different conditions than we had in Warsaw 2 weeks ago. This is, you know, this sets out a different challenge to riders when you have conditions. Big, fast track with limited amount of grip. You really have to work hard to just calm the engine down. It's a fine balance between having enough motor, enough power in the engine, but allowing the back tyre to get the grip, because that's where the speed comes from. And the track was quite dry, and it is quite slick, and it is quite difficult. We can see communication going on between Freddie Lindgren. The shorter man there with the glasses on is Marcel Gerhard. He is now the engine manufacturer of the Gerhard engine that Lindgren rides. And that engine is now beginning to, well, lots of riders are beginning to show interest in it.
I was going to say, do you think now, because of what Freddie's done, obviously it's raising awareness for the Gerhard engine, is there more interest being shown in it, Kelv?
There is, yes. Nicky Pedersen tested it last week, I know, and acquired one. And I believe 1 or 2 other riders are showing significant interest in it. They've just tested the tapes, actually, Nige. So they're working. They went up evenly, so...
Well, we are hearing from the pits that there will be no grading break after this race. They want to get on with it. I did say to you, Kelv, didn't I, that it's a decision now for Phil Morris. Does he water again? Or do they just get on with it?
It sounds like they're just going to keep going. And generally after heat 12, there is a break and extensive grading going on. But the message we're getting is that we're going to go straight on, and we're going to go crack on and get on to heat 13. We've had a few restarts.
There are a lot of umbrellas up,
a few umbrellas up, particularly on the back straight. So there must be a little bit of drizzle coming down.
Well, I think they want to get through to heat 16 as quickly as possible as well. That's the key. and Freddie Lindgren being pushed off now. So don't go anywhere after this race, folks. If you were planning your grading break cup of tea or your pizza takeaway to be delivered, keep them waiting at the door and let it go cold.
Tell them to hang on for a bit. Yeah. Anyway, riders out. How many times is this? 3 or 4?
4.
4 times. Yeah. Well, they're going to be wearing the clutches out and wearing the start out. Plenty of gardening going on the start line now. Getting the right rut, getting the bike to grip to the first corner is vital. Saifutinov has made it pretty much every time so far, and he's now got to do it all again. Lindgren on a warning.
Yep, he is indeed. Just remind you of Grand Prix racing. Tickets on sale now for the Principality Stadium at Cardiff on July the 22nd. That's a 5 o'clock start on that Saturday in Cardiff. A wonderful, wonderful occasion. And also for our Australian viewers and any of our viewers around Europe that may fancy the long-distance trip in October, tickets are on sale now for Melbourne, the Etihad Stadium, October 29, for the Australian Grand Prix as well. We go to Prague in 2 weeks' time for round 4. There's your lineup then. You know that by now. I'm not going to go through it a 4th time. 3 riders only this time. Bartosz Zmarzlik, who did put his hand up down the back straight when it was stopped last time. He was completely unaware of why it had been stopped. The tapes on the inside.
Here we go.
Didn't go up. We'll try again. Here we go. Heat number 12. Jesper Steentoft is our referee. Green light on. And they're away this time, and Lindgren's made a decent start, but Saifutinov's got the inside run. That allows Zmarzlik again the inside run, and Zmarzlik splits them here. Now Lindgren down the back straight is winding it on. Great effort from Lindgren as he goes high and wide, but Zmarzlik charges up the inside. Oh, he almost collects Saifutinov. Now he chops off the front of Lindgren, and Saifutinov just hangs on in the lead. Zmarzlik absolutely giving it everything. Lindgren 3rd, but Saifutinov hangs on by his fingertips.
He did indeed. That was a hard move there from Zmarzlik. Got a bit of extra grip in the middle of the corner. Very nearly ran into the side of the Russian rider, who's finding it a little bit difficult out in front. Bike's a bit temperamental there, a bit twitchy. No doubt they've detuned it, and it's not that easy to ride. A lap in front, a lap to go. Zmarzlik is very threatening here. He's having a really good go. Freddie Lindgren threatened early doors, but Saifutinov's got away now.
Yep, it's Emil Saifutinov now in the red helmet colour. He's just about going to hang on here. Quite a few Russian fans in the crowd here, and Emil Saifutinov takes the checkered flag.
Just wondering, Nigel, whether the drizzle is just making it a little greasy going into the corners, and as a consequence, Saifutinov was very cautious there on the last lap. It got very tight as they came to the checkered flag, but just possibly on this firm surface, with the drizzle coming down, it may just have been a touch dicey there.
It's a good point. Emil moves on to 8 points after that. Bartosz with a couple of points, Freddie 1. And it does mean this now, that Emil Saifutinov goes on to 8 points in the Grand Prix. Maciej Janowski is the leader on 9. And the pit gate is open. Well, in actual fact, if there is, our information was not quite right because the graders are coming out. So we are going to see maybe a lap of track grading here.
Yeah, so track grading is going on, which is not quite the message that we received, but there we are. But out in front, what a race this was early doors. Zmarzlik very nearly runs into the side of Saifutinov. Saifutinov winds it on and just about hangs in there. Freddie Lindgren then touched to the inside, sees an opportunity, but Zmarzlik then literally then just charges back across the front of Freddie Lindgren, who has to come out of the throttle. Good ride from Saifutinov. Little bit circumspect towards the end of the race. We've now got 2 tractors parked on the back straight. I don't think they're quite decided on what they're going to do. But Saifutinov, nonetheless, has only dropped 1 point so far this evening. So Janowski and Saifutinov having a great night.
What I can tell you is that riders are lined up, ready to go out of the pit gate. And I suspect that the information maybe hasn't got through correctly here. And that they're going to maybe just do 1 lap and then head back to the pits for heat number 13. There's the riders lined up, ready for action.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if we see Peter Kilderman here, because nasty incident last time. He will go from the inside gate, Kilderman.
Well, he's not there, is he?
He's not there yet. He's got time. will be interesting to see if we see a reserve rider coming out, if Kilderman's not fit to take his place in the lineup. There he is.
There he is, yeah.
Fair play to him.
Well
He's
done.
a tough customer. Speedway riders generally have to be. And it's good to see him that he's fit enough to take his place. Sort of a half-hearted effort here on the back straight from the grading tractors. Don't quite know what they're doing. They're not really doing very much at all.
Well, if your pizza has arrived, go and get it.
Yeah, you've got time.
And you can make a cup of tea as well. Peter Killerman in the red helmet colour, ready to go out here.
Good to see him up. Inside gate, chance for some points from there. And we've got Zagar, who goes from the outside. Pavlitsky, who was good last time. Pavlitsky is quietly getting on with it tonight. He's had 3 rides and he's
done well, yeah.
He's on six
points, yeah.
That's a good return. Won nicely last time from the inside gate. So Pavlitsky is going from gate 2. World Championship here.
Freddie Lindgren leads on 34, Vacilik 32, Janowski 31 and Doyle 30. 4 points separate the top 4. Woffender and Dudek on 27. 6 points off the lead, 7 points off the lead. Saifutinov rocketing up to 26 points. Everson just outside, and then Hancock and Holder, world champions, 11th and 12th. Tractors have gone back to the pits. I don't think perhaps the Latvian track staff here were fully aware of the plan.
Quite clearly not. And they've now hurried themselves off so we can get back on with the racing because we've got riders at tapes. Saifutinov, a terrific winner last time. He's going to have to come up with a pretty decent ride in Heat 14. We'll talk about that shortly, but we'll focus on Heat 13 first. Pavlitsky in gate 2, he could be a major danger here. Looking like he's building tonight. He's progressively improved as the evening's gone on, winning last time out, so keep your eyes on the man in the blue helmet colour. Zagar also has been going okay. He's going from the outside. Looks like he's in the mood tonight, Zagar.
Yeah. Peter Killerman off the inside. Piotr Pavlitsky goes off 2. Martin Vacilik off 3. And it's Mati Zagar going off the outside. Martin Vacilik currently 2nd in the World Championship. The Slovakian off gate 3 in white.
He might lead the World Championship in a minute. He wins this race, he will.
Yep.
And that will be a fantastic achievement already at this very early stage. Consistency. Once you get off to a good start, if you stay consistent, you're going to be in with a chance of a gold medal. There's no doubt about that. We see that so often. If you can limit your bad nights to 8 or 9 points, then you'll have a really good chance. Vacilik is riding well. Here we go.
Could be a good race, this one. Can Killerman get a point on the board for the first time tonight? He's made a decent start, but so has the man in blue, Piotr Pavlitsky. He is really flying from the start now. Zagar's high and wide in yellow, trying to get around the outside from Killerman, who's in 2nd spot, and it's Vacilik at the back right now. Piotr Pavlitsky riding quite beautifully here. 2nd place is the injury replacement for Nicky Pedersen, Peter Killerman. Zagar now tries the inside run. Zagar goes to the fence. Peter Killerman returns the compliment.
Yeah, good bit of action there with Zagar just running 2-1. Oh! Kilderman down again! What on earth has happened there? Martin Vacilik looking over his left shoulder. The point will be valuable for Martin because he was out the back. Pavlitsky was absolutely brilliant away from the tapes. And got a feel for Kilderman there, just inexplicably coming off the bike. Don't quite know why it happened. Pavlitsky's out in front, Zagar in 2nd, Vacilik has tailed off in 3rd place, but he'll take the point. This is a good ride from Pavlitsky.
Cool, he's absolutely flying here.
Is, yeah.
Piotr Pavlitsky in blue, making it look very, very simple. The Polish superstar takes the checkered flag. 2nd place there was Mati Zagar, Vacilik 3rd, and they did ever so well to avoid Peter Killerman there. That could have been a pretty awful outcome. But thankfully, everybody okay. And a couple of points for Zagar, puts him on 7.
Yeah, solid work.
Pavlitsky now on 9, and he's already comfortably now through to the semi-finals here in Daugavpils. Piotr Pavlitsky, Mati Zagar, Martin Vacilik, and Peter Killerman fell and did not complete the race. This is how it looks now. Pavlitsky on 9 points, Vacilik on 7, Zagar on 7. That's how the Grand Prix looks now as we move towards Heat 14.
Vasilik a touch fortunate there. He was out of the points, and Peter Kilderman coming off. What a start. That is a terrific start from Pawlicki. He made a good one in his previous ride. That's every bit as good. Brilliant first corner from him. Peter Kilderman on the inside gate coming through into second place. We see it again. Piotr there coming out of gate 2 really nails it. He'll be delighted with that. Zagar into third place with Vasilik out the back. Now Peter Kilderman, now what happens here? Just not really sure what went on there. Just leg is back. Zagar's fortunate there just to slip round the outside of the Danish rider. Just avoiding him. Pawlicki on 9 points. He's pleased with that, and rightly so. Those last 2 rides have been out of the top draw. Heat 14's quite tasty, Nigel. I'll leave that to you to go through the lineup. But yeah, Speedway's beginning to get, it's just warming up nicely.
Stop raining as well.
Happy days.
Good news. Heat 14, here we go. Ty Woofenden, twice world champion, goes off the inside, champion in 2013 and 2015. Emil Sayfutinov goes off gate 2 in blue. Matsianovsky, the only unbeaten rider so far, gate 3 white. Wow. And another world champion, Chris Holder, outside in yellow. Wow, big race.
Good lineup.
Cool, just a little bit.
Very good indeed.
Yeah.
Something's going to give here. Janowski unbeaten going from gate 3. Not sure he'd want that start in this race, but he is really riding well and the bike is performing brilliantly. Woofenden on the inside on a warning. Has to sit still. If he doesn't, he'll be thrown out of the race. Sayfutinov riding supremely well. We've seen Pawlicki make a great start from gate 2. Holder on the outside. Here we go.
Heat number 14 it is then. Away from the start, Woofenden has made a good one. Now he's going to take Sayfutinov out wide. In fact, Sayfutinov did it by choice. And now Chris Holder down the back straight.
Whoa!
They're all in the mix, all 3 of them now. Sayfutinov is going to try the outside run. This is the closest he'll get to a home Grand Prix this year in Daugavpils. The Russian Emil Sayfutinov. Matsianovsky is 3rd. Chris Holder's at the back. Woofenden is going to come under all sorts of pressure here. Look over your right shoulder, Ty.
Whoa!
Here he comes.
What a move from Sayfutinov. He took the chance, roared round the outside, got the speed, fast himself to the front. Woofenden made a great start from the inside. Janowski looking like he's going to drop points for the very first time tonight. Holder out the back. The Russian is flying now. He is a rocket tonight.
He is indeed. Emil Sayfutinov going into the last lap, and Woofenden's under pressure from Janowski now as well. Woofenden decides to lock up and switch to the inside. That gives Janowski the opportunity of speed down the back straight. It's going to be a win for Emil Sayfutinov. That'll put him on to 11 points, and listen to the crowd. The Russian, Emil Sayfutinov. A lot of people here in Daugavpils in Latvia do actually speak Russian. We aren't that far from the Russian border, and this is the closest this fella will get to a home Grand Prix this year. And my goodness, he has absolutely ridden the wheels off the bike there. That was magnificent. To pass Woofenden like he did.
Ride.
Simply stunning. Woofenden was 2nd. 3rd was Matsianovsky, beaten for the first time tonight. Chris Holder at the back. It's tough, isn't it, this Grand Prix Speedway?
Yeah.
Sayfutinov 11, Janowski 10. Pawlicki 9. Woofenden still needs a point from his last race to make sure, you would think.
What a ride from the Russian, though.
Brilliant.
This was sensational stuff. Here we go. Great start from Woofenden. Hugs the inside. Sayfutinov runs very wide there. Holder makes him work really hard. Look at that. That's the squeeze down the outside on the opening lap. Had to breathe in here, I'm telling you. Look how tight that is. Whoa, brilliant bravery there from Sayfutinov. 3 abreast down the back straight. Sensational Speedway. Here we go. Now, Sayfutinov elects to go for the dirt. Figures it's working a little bit better and just gets the better of Woofenden. What speed, what determination shown by Emil Sayfutinov, the best Speedway we've seen from him in the Grand Prix this year. Janowski then coming into the picture, battling hard with Holder, but Janowski drops points for the first time tonight. Sayfutinov, rightly, with a big smile.
Well, let me just explain the leaderboard in the World Championship very quickly now. Lindgren 34, Vasilik 33, Janowski 32, Doyle 30. There's your top 4. Woofenden and now Sayfutinov are on 29. Look how tight it is. Dudek on 27.
Fabulous.
Smarslik 23. This championship Well, it's everything we thought it would be in terms of its competitive nature. Now, Dudek off the inside, Iversen off 2, Smartschlik off 3. Doyle needs a big race here, off the outside in yellow. This is a huge race for Doyle off the outside in heat number 15.
Could be difficult from there though, Nigel. No doubt about that. You could get hung high and wide there and find yourself in traffic. But we did see Saifutinov, one of the first riders tonight, use the outside line to his benefit, and then all 3 riders followed him. Dudek on the inside is a major danger. He hits the front, you won't see which way he goes.
Heat 15, here we go. That's a good start from Doyle off gate 4. What a start from Jason Doyle. Dudek now holds the inside line, but Jason Doyle battling away from gate 4. You said it, Kelv, it's a long way there, but he has done magnificently. Now Dudek charges up the inside, wheel to wheel, down the home straight into lap 2. Doyle holds the lead. Dudek is there.
Dudek!
And now Smartschlik working hard as well. Dudek has taken the lead. What a race!
Fabulous stuff from Dudek. Doyle running too wide, and Dudek took advantage second time. Flying out in front. Smartschlik coming on strong. In third place, Iversen not in it. Now Doyle! Oh, Dudek comes back for more. Fabulous Speedway. How on earth did he do that? That's proper Grand Prix Speedway, Nigel.
Brilliant stuff here. The lead in heat number 15 is to Patrick Dudek. Doyle second. Smartschlik all over him here. What a race this has been in heat number 15. And Patrick Dudek is going to move on to 8 points. He is part of the new generation of Grand Prix Speedway. And what a ride that was. Congratulations to him and to Jason Doyle as well, and to Bartosz Smartschlik. Iversen had the best seats in the house. He was at the back watching it all. But that was magnificent from the dude, Patrick Dudek.
On the green machine, it was flying. That was the race of the night, comfortably. Wow, he nearly threw it away, Dudek. Doyle ran wide twice. Dudek, the second time, didn't hesitate. Proper Speedway in heat 15 there.
Oh, I tell you what, the poles are coming good tonight. Dudek, magnificent. Janowski riding beautifully. Pawlicki, look at it. Saifutinov leads, then Janowski, then Pawlicki, then Dudek. 3 of the top 4 from Poland. Smartschlik just hanging on in the top 8 as things stand. But Patrick Dudek, magnificent after Doyle made a great start from gate 4.
Great effort from the Australian, very, very nearly got there. Dudek then, round the inside, allows Doyle the racing room. At the end of the back straight, the Australian hits the front. He then elects to go to the dirt, and Dudek then takes full advantage of that. Doyle hangs on initially, but then charges for the dirt again. Now watch this. He runs wide again. He's seen Saifutinov going there, figures that that's the fastest way, but Dudek, round the middle of the track, just charges up the inside and gets himself to the front. But that's not all she wrote, folks, because Dudek then gets it all wrong. How on earth he recovers there. Remarkable from the young man to get himself back to the front. Action-packed race, 8 points to his name. Steady start, just 2 points from the first 2 rides, and then picks up back-to-back wins. And an extraordinarily exciting race there. Super stuff.
Well, just to say how that's affected the leaderboard, I know I'm banging on about this, but it really does emphasise how close it is. Lindgren 34, Vacilik 33, Doyle 32, Janowski 32, Dudek 30, Woofenden 29, Saifutinov 29. So by my reckoning, there's 5 points separating goodness knows how many, 6, 7 riders. Bogdanov's off the inside in red, Hancock gate 2 in blue, Freddie Lindgren gate 3 in white, and Antonio Limbach going off the outside.
Big race for Hancock here. Steady night by his high standards, that's for sure. Could do with a win. Desperate for a win here. An opportunity, I think. Lindgren not quite at his best. Got the wild card on the inside. Oh, tapes haven't gone up again.
Oh, dear me.
Frustrating.
Yeah, another starting gate malfunction. Heat number 16. And have to do a test once again, but my goodness, this really is such a competitive World Championship.
How did Dudek do that? He was out of control there, you know, and he lost it completely and then somehow recovered. Clearly the inside of the start doesn't go up. We saw that just 1 or 2 races earlier. Yeah, fairly evident. I'm fairly confident that that's the case. But nonetheless, it's frustrating for everybody.
Yeah.
But what a race that was, Nigel. And Dudek coming into this series for the first time as a fully fledged Grand Prix rider. I'm not always completely enamoured with the way he rides the bike. He's a little bit lazy on the bike at times with his leg out the back. He leg trails a bit. And as a consequence, he got it wrong there in the turns 1 and 2. And Doyle was able to capitalise, but remarkably, he's able to recover it. And quite clearly, the conditions are suiting the young Polish boys. Possibly the sort of conditions they get on a regular basis in the Polish league, possibly. But irrespective of that, they're working well tonight. And there's no doubt that that man in screen right now, the world champion, is not only is he concerned about conditions, I think, he's concerned about what's going on for himself, because he's not scoring the points he's accustomed to. And there's no doubt that Greg needs a win here. He needs a big start and try and find the speed he needs to win a race.
Freddie Lindgren, still the World Championship leader, but
Remarkably.
Yeah.
He's had a poor night, but he's still there.
Well, he's just been the story of the season for me so far. Lindgren has been magnificent.
He has, yeah. The first 2 rounds, 32 points from 2 meetings is an outstanding effort. The injury has affected him tonight, but Doyle's engine failure, Martin Vashlik dropping a few points, he's hanging in there. You know, if he goes away tonight, in and around the top 3, in truth, he's kind of got out of jail. He had that 5-point lead coming into tonight. It's proved very useful for him.
Very much so. Just a reminder then, 2 weeks tonight, we're in Prague for the Czech Republic Grand Prix at the Markéta Stadium. Hope you can join us for that in a couple of weeks' time. And then 2 weeks after that, it's the Casa Arena in Horsens, Denmark. And then we're into World Cup time. And if you are in the UK watching this, why not join us at Kings Lynn's Adrian Flux Arena on Saturday, July the 1st. Support Team Great Britain. Come and get behind the boys.
Yeah, good night, that.
Yeah.
Super track, and there's no doubt we've seen some super speedway there as well. We then go on to Västervik in Sweden for event 2 on the Tuesday, before going on to Leszno in Poland this year for the race-off on the Friday and the final on Saturday.
Can anybody stop the Poles
at
in
home,
their own backyard?
At home, it's going to be very difficult.
I mean, what's the team going to be? The 5 riders?
Well,
the 4 riders?
Marek Cieslak is spoilt for choice. He has a glutton of world-class riders.
Well, aside from the Grand Prix, Jara Kampel's riding well in the leagues now, which is good to see. But here, you know, you look at the likes of Janowski and Dudek, the Polish boys, Piotr Pawlicki riding magnificently, not to mention Hampel, who's riding well in the leagues. Well, who knows? Try again here, heat number 16.
Bogdanov's on the inside, Nigel. Started brightly, but then has faded a little. Can he pick it up again now and delight the home fans? For me, this race is very much about whether Lindgren can find something tonight, just to salvage something out of this meeting, finding it tough out there, and the world champion. Oh, here we go. What's going on now?
Well, the tape's gone up when it's not supposed to.
Well, it's all right now. And the world champion, I'll continue. The world champion, coming out of gate 2, blue helmet colour, needs to find one of those extra special starts.
Green light on now. And a tape tries, and it's a great start for Bogdanov's the wild card as Lindgren goes wide around the outside, but charging through in yellow here goes Antonio Limbach, and then he gets off the gas. Bogdanov's is the leader here, the wild card from Latvia, riding quite beautifully, and now Hancock trying hard to get past Lindgren. Lindgren holds second spot, third is Hancock. Lindgren tries the inside run, and Lindgren is all over the wild card. Bogdanov's here.
He is indeed. Bogdanov's, fair play to him. He's out. Oh, Lindgren's in trouble. Big trouble. Oh, how did he save it? Oh, he's gone from first potentially to third.
Goodness
Remarkable
me.
to stay on the bike. Unbelievable. Bogdanov's out in front again. Looking like he could win 2 races tonight. World champions in second. Hanging on, really needs a win, really. But Bogdanov was a lap to go, delighting the home fans.
Still gives him a chance of the semi-finals. A remarkable night for Maxim Bogdanov.
Yeah.
Just a few seconds ago, looked like he was going to be passed by Lindgren, but he's going to hold on and listen to this Latvian crowd. What an atmosphere. We had it with Lebedev's couple of years or so ago. They love their speedway here in Daugavpils. Fantastic atmosphere in Latvia tonight, and that was something special.
Wow, what a ride. He's gone win, win. And so he's win or nothing. Incredible ride again. Crikey, Freddie Lindgren out of control, does so well to hang on to the bike. But Maxim Bogdanovs is a hero again.
Hancock, Lindgren, Lindback. That's how it is, and this is how it looks in the race for the semi-finals. One ride each left, and it's Sayfutinov who leads the Grand Prix, and there's Bogdanovs in 8th place, just on countback right now. Oh, wow.
Wow, indeed. Wow, indeed. Got to give him a lot of credit. He makes a good start from the inside gate, hugs that inside. Freddie Lindgren elects to go very wide. Look how tight this is down the back straight. 3 abreast. Lindgren going big style. Round the outside, again coming out of the first corner. Lindback having to shut the throttle there. That allows... But here we see Lindgren now. Oh, too much grip. Does remarkably well not to clout the air fence there. Not Freddie's night tonight. Just too much grip at the wrong moment. And quite clearly not as relaxed and not as fluid on the bike as it has been previously. But Sayfutinov there, Maxim Bogdanovs having a look at the replay. Chuffed with that. One more good ride, he's in the semi-finals.
Yes, second place may be enough because of the fact that he's won 2 heats, Kelvin.
Very useful, the heat wins.
Yep.
Unfortunate to have some sort of bike problem where he slipped off, but no. Well, he's done himself a lot of good tonight.
Yep, as has Piotr Pawlicki tonight. What a night he's had. He's with Amy now.
Piotr, back-to-back wins there. How are you feeling out there?
Yeah, I'm good. I have 9 points now, and I have 1 hit more, so I have full concentration in my head, and I do everything for better points, and I'm changed a little bit my my ignition because I have good first moment, but later I'm a little bit stopped, and we look what's happened next hit.
I think the next heat you're going off gate 2, is that right? Gate 2 blue. How are the conditions feeling out there?
Gate 2, it's not so bad now because now it's the new rough in gate 2, and I don't know, gate 2 is all right. I must full concentration on the start, and we'll be good.
Thanks, Piotr.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good stuff. Sorry,
yeah,
no,
very good stuff. I was going to
mate.
say 6 points separate the top 7 in the world.
Wow.
Lindgren 35, Vasilik 33, Janowski and Doyle 32, Dudek 30, and Woffenden and Sayfutinov 29 each. 6 points between the top 7. Right, Maxim Bogdanovs, the wild card. He is going to speak to Amy.
Maxims, what a night it's been for you here in front of your home fans. How are you feeling?
Jak się czujesz przy tak fantastycznej nocy, wieczorze przy twoich fanach tutaj? Powiedz, że wszystko dobrze, tylko że zatarł mnie silnik w 3. biegu i to była wielka szkoda, tak? Czuję się dobrze, będę starał się wejść do półfinałów.
He feels wonderful here, but he had a massive problem with the engine failure stops in the hit number 3 of him, but he will do the best of him to qualify to the final.
And just a quick word on all the support that you're getting here.
Króciutko, z jakim nastawieniem przyjechałeś tutaj i co jeszcze chcesz osiągnąć? Pokazać dla swoich kibiców jak najlepszą jazdą to, co ja potrafię robić w domu.
I'm very thankful with all the fans here, and I want to show and improve myself, especially here in this city, and I will do my best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good stuff from him. You got to say that he showed a lot of character there. Disappointed with the engine failure, quite clearly, but showed great resolve to come out in the following heat and win it. And he's quite exciting. You never quite know what's going to happen. He's quite unpredictable. But yeah, 6 points to his name, 1 race to go, 2 points, 8 points to his name, 2 heat wins, every chance of a semi-final place.
Now, I'm just working out that they're leaving the track here, Kelv. They're not doing anything with it at all now. No water going down. And the tractors are parked up. And I just wonder what the situation is here, because we're just waiting for the restart. And I'm told that in around a minute or two they will be pushing off. But no track work here, Kel, no grading.
Unusual. Unusual. Quite clearly a decision has been made to leave the track now because they don't like water going on the track. I think when we saw that race with Saifutinov, when he was just a little bit cautious, it was as a consequence of just light drizzle going down, Nigel. And maybe that's why they're now leaving the water off, and they're just going to have a dusty conditions rather than slippery, wet conditions.
Yep, so very shortly the riders will be pushed off for heat number 17. We can hear from Ty Woofenden now. He's with Amy.
So Ty, it looks like it's quite a challenge out there. Obviously we saw that it did try and start raining, but it held off. But how is it out there for you guys tonight?
Yeah, it's obviously it's World Championship, so anyone can win a race, and you look how good the field is, and someone's going to finish last somewhere. So you're just going to keep pushing, trying to find the setup. As the night goes on, the track's changing, getting a few ruts. Dirt line doesn't seem to be working yet, but yeah, another race and getting the semis.
Thanks, Ty.
Thanks.
Do you know what? Ty Woofenden's got gate 2 in his next ride. Be very interesting to see how he gets on. But he's up against Maxim Bogdanov, and he goes off the inside. So, I've got to say, it's a good chance for the wild card there.
Yep, very much so. We're up to the final round of heats before the semis and the final here in Daugavpils, the Locomotive Stadium. Let's see how this meeting pans out. This is a crucial stage now. Heat 17 to 20 coming up. Heat 17 it is then here in Daugavpils. Matti Zegar goes off the inside in red. Mats Sajanovski, great night for him, 10 points off gate 2 in blue. Antonio Limbach, gate 3 in white. And Bartosz Marslik going off the outside in yellow. We're bathed in sunshine now, well the crowd are. We're high up in the stand behind glass here, Kelvin and myself, watching the action and enjoying the action, and hope you are as well.
Yeah, there's been a few highlights, that's for sure. No track grading at all between the last block of heats and the beginning of this, so slightly unusual, quite possibly because the riders don't want any water on the track because it makes it very unpredictable. I do believe that's why that decision has been taken. Antonio Limbach is finding Grand Prix difficult right now, struggling for points. He can win races, he can win Grand Prix. Janowski in fine form, gate 2 for him.
Here we go, heat number 17 then. And it's a great start from Janowski. Oh my goodness, he was flying away from the gate there. Second place is Matti Zegar, and now Smarslik has gone wide.
Oh! No! Oh my goodness! 3 riders down. Oh! Janowski lifting violently coming out of turn 2. Yep. Gets off the back of the bike, Smarslik hits him, and Zegar gets collected as well. Drama.
Yeah, that's a nasty one, isn't it?
The bikes are so unpredictable when they're spinning so hard. They knock the ignition back so hard, and when they grip, they're out of control.
Yeah. Pit crews sprinting across the centre green, and obviously a lot of concern for the riders here now that have fallen here. Mats Sajanovski down on that back straight. And
well, the world champion Hancock, who has a strong relationship with Janowski, mentored him for several years. He was first on the scene, and really dramatic scenes down the back straight. We've seen 1 or 2 riders lift coming out of that first corner, but this time it ended in Janowski getting off the back of the bike, and then Smarslik and Zegar coming down subsequently. Tough.
Yeah, Zegar as well. It does look from
I
a
thought
distance
Zegar was getting away with that.
Up. He sat up, Kelvin.
Zegar?
Matti Zegar, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't see Janowski from here because of the medical attention he's having. But Bartosz Smarslik is also down on the deck as well. 3 of them having treatment, having attention. And we can only wish them all the very best. It just underlines what a tough sport this is. So we will, of course, update you just as soon as we can.
Yeah, quite horrifying that when it's happening so fast. And when the bikes catch up with themselves, they just literally, they're like a bullet out of a gun, Nigel. You can't control them.
Well, Smarslik did actually try and get up and then went down to lie down for a bit, and he's still having treatment.
Yeah, he hit the bike hard though. You're going so fast, and when you shut the throttle off, the bike goes quicker just for a few seconds. So you actually hit something going quicker than you want to, and a very uncomfortable.
Is that Janowski up?
And Smarslik.
Maciej Janowski is walking away from that.
Delighted to see that.
That is remarkable. Maciej Janowski walking away from that incident.
Yeah.
Is Bartosz up as well?
Yes.
Yeah, Bartosz Smarslik's up as well.
They're now looking at Zagar.
And now just looking for Mati Zagar to see how he is. They're talking to him, hoping that he's okay.
I think Janowski will be excluded here, Nige.
And he's up as well. All three riders are up. Let's see what happened then.
Well, Janowski makes an excellent start. He's comfortable into the first corner, but he's not very comfortable coming out of it. Now the bike lifts there. He has to get off the back of it. Zagar clips him, and then, oh my goodness, how on earth they got away with that? That's a miracle. That's a miracle. He has done well there. Zagar, crikey, O'Reilly.
His legs have been struck by the bike. How on earth? As he walked, oh my goodness.
Smart. Janowski's out.
Yeah, no surprise, but that's not the important thing here.
No, he's walked away.
He's walked away from it. God. Dear me.
That was very dramatic, and as I say, a miracle that all three have got up, and they're making their way back. Track conditions are difficult, and when the bikes grip, when it's so slick, the bikes then become almost unrideable, and we saw it there too. Violent reaction from the bike, and it throws the rider out of control.
Yeah, Greg Hancock, the reigning champion, one of the first riders out there to show some concern.
Well,
I think everybody just relieved that the boys are walking away. Mati Zagar is here. That's Maciej Janowski.
Well, we will see him again as long as he's fit enough. Zagar, though, he needs to dust himself down because he needs points. And he's worked hard, but he hasn't got quite enough for the semi-final.
Same with Bartosz.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
6 points.
Yeah, he needs a good ride, Smarslik. And he needs to be able to come good. Zagar there, crikey, and he hit the fence. How on earth he gets away with that? He will feel like a herd of elephants has run over him.
Cool.
Because that was high-speed drama down the back straight.
Well, thankfully, they've walked away. It is an absolute miracle.
It is.
Watch this again, and...
Here now, with the bike lifting violently up from Janowski, he has to get off it. Zagar's got nowhere to go, crikey, and then with Smarslik then collecting Janowski's bike, he gets thrown over the handlebars. Zagar, he is lucky to get away with that. Wow.
Magic has been raced into, he's been hit by a bike. When Zagar, all he's done here, Mate, is tried to avoid him. He's tried to get round the outside of him.
Just runs out of room.
Yeah. Dear, oh dear. Well, as we say, we are showing these pictures only because they have walked away. You will be aware that such was the sensitivity there. We didn't show the replays of the incident until they all walked away.
And now, Nige, if you're in the rerun, you've got to put that out of your mind.
And you haven't got a lot of time,
You
Kev.
haven't. You've got to get back to the start. World Championships on the line for you. Smarslik and Zagar, a chance of the semi-finals. This is when it's a tough game.
They will be allowed a bit of extra time. Now, we must emphasise it's not the referee who has to put the 2 minutes on here. They have to wait for the race director, Phil Morris, to be satisfied that the riders have a fair chance to get up to the start and go racing after that accident.
Not only will they have to dust themselves down, the equipment will have to be knocked into some shape. Quite possibly, they're going to have to change bikes now.
Change bikes, yeah.
And, that's not ideal. Zagar certainly his crew were working on another bike there. See, that's the bike there with two mechanics on it. There's Smarslik's father. Bartosz there also just feeling the effects, but now
not surprised.
No, he rightly should feel second-hand. There's no doubt that this is when you have to show a lot of resolve, because any minute now, 2 minutes will come on, and you will be expected to go back to the tapes.
Once again, we marvel at the skill and bravery of Speedway riders, and we respect each and every one of them.
They're working hard there. They're working hard to get that bike knocked back into shape, Nigel, so he can ride it. He wants that bike. doesn't want to ride the spare one. He feels that's going to give him the best chance of making the semis tonight. Schmarslik's camp working overtime as well. They want that bike back out. Rear chain being lubed up there. Phil Morris just checking on Zagar's camp.
Food's good.
Yeah, looks really tasty, doesn't it? They're enjoying it.
Yeah.
New clutch cable going on there, I think. Just fitting that.
See, Phil Morris is an ex-rider as well, so he does understand what's going on, doesn't he?
Very handy.
Yeah. As was Tony Olsen, his predecessor, of course.
Okay, guys. Here we go.
Sounds like Phil will contact the referee and say, put the 2 minutes on any time now. Oh, no, he's not putting the 2 minutes on just yet.
He just wants them to get ready, though.
Yeah. Would you say Phil Morris is being quite sensible in his approach there, Kelv?
Yep, dead right. And, you know, that was a tough incident. He's giving them enough time to get themselves sorted. You know, there has to be a point when he's got to get them back out. But, you know, you're looking at the hard work that the camp said. But here we go. He's going to tell the ref to put the 2 minutes on now. And then riders have got to put their helmets back on and focus on the start.
Yeah, Phil Morris from Wales.
Here we go.
Rider who, during his own career, raced in the UK for the Newport Wasps, who are sadly no more.
Reading Racers.
Various spells. Reading Racers, who are sadly no more. But he did ride for Bellevue, Phil Morris.
Right, here we go, Nigel.
And here we go, yeah.
Important race for Zagar, this. Opportunity to make the semi-finals. He's just on the brink, isn't he? Schmarslik also.
Yeah.
Just on the brink. Zagar, 7 points to his name.
Big race, Kelf.
Yeah,
big,
and so
big
that's
race.
why, after an incident like that, the only rider that didn't go down is the one that's at tapes, and that's Antonio Limbach. He can't make the semi-final tonight, but every championship point counts. A win here would send him home a touch happier, but the two lads that are just now making their way, Zagar and Schmarslik, they have a realistic chance of being in the semi-finals.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what track work takes place after this race in preparation for the semi-finals. And as things stand at the moment...
well, I reckon they'll run to heat 20, Nige, and then they'll have to make a decision on what they do with the track.
Yeah, very much so. This is heat number 17 on a chaotic night in many ways here in Daugavpils.
Yeah.
Here's the lineup. Matti Zagar off the inside, no rider off two, Janowski excluded. Antonio Limbach, gate 3 in white, and Bartosz Schmarslik is going off the outside in yellow. A miracle that Zagar and Schmarslik are able to come up to tapes.
Well, the only solace that Janowski takes is he's in the semi-finals. He'll be disappointed not to have scored more points, of course, but 10 points, we will see him again.
And he's got 4 races to get his breath back.
Absolutely, so
get himself right.
hopefully he'll be able to recompose himself and be firing on all cylinders by the time he comes out for a semi-final. Won't have the gate pick he would have wanted, though.
No. Anyway, here we go, heat number 17, and they're off first time. It's a good start from Matti Zagar off the inside gate. What can Schmarslik do here? It's Limbach in white who's going to try the outside run, but Matti Zagar holds the line, and now Antonio Limbach tries the inside, but Zagar's riding nicely. Bartosz Schmarslik is struggling. Bartosz Schmarslik may not complete the race, which suggests to me he is hurt.
There's a point there for him if he can. It could be quite handy, but quite clearly he's struggling. Zagar and Antonio Limbach out first and second. They're racing hard. He's really struggling. Can he get through without being overtaken? Because there's a World Championship point there for him. It's unlikely.
He's keeping an eye on it. He's keeping an eye on it. Well, so I think Schmarslik will get a point.
Well, it's going to be awfully tight, Nigel.
Yeah, into the last lap here for Zagar, who almost touches the fence there, goes so wide.
No, it's going to be overtaken, Nigel.
Schmarslik is going to be lapped. Yeah. Goodness me, Schmarslik is not going to score here now. So he is lapped, and Bartosz Schmarslik will not score in this race. He is hurt quite clearly. Down to the line, it is Matti Zagar and Antonio Limbach, and Bartosz Schmarslik cannot finish the race. He is clearly hurt after the incident.
He's hurting. He doesn't worry about a point. He was just wanted to get back in because quite clearly he's knocked about. What a win that is for Zagar.
10 points.
That turns his night around.
Yep.
Very useful indeed. Opportunist ride there for him. And when you consider the shapes he was pulling down the back straight in the initial staging of this race, unbelievable that he can come out there and win a race. Speedway, wow, what a sport.
Zagar and Lindback, the only finishers. 3 for Zagar, 2 for Lindback, and that puts Zagar into the semi-finals on 10 points. And Bartosz Marslik's evening is over on 6, but we wish him well because quite clearly he is hurt. We will try and find out from the pits what the problem is where Marslik is concerned. We'll try and find that out.
Right from the word go, Nigel, he wasn't into it at all. You watch him here, he's really cautious in the first corner. No real body language, sitting quiet on the bike. There was no doubt that he quite clearly wasn't very comfortable even before he went out. Zagar there comes under a lot of pressure from Antonio Lindback throughout the 4 laps, but the Slovenian comes up with a very handy win here. And he goes from 7 points to 10, comfortably through to the semi-final, so fair play to him. And he's still in the Grand Prix.
We're hearing, by the way, that Bartosz is complaining of pain in his back.
Oh,
so
well,
he's
quite
got a
clearly
sore back.
That's why he just, as soon as he dropped the clutch, he probably just felt pain. And I can assure you, I've had back pain.
Oh, look at him here, he's struggling badly.
Yeah.
Poor
wow,
lad.
no surprise when you see how he was thrown from the bike when it clips Janowski's bike.
Fingers crossed he's okay for a couple of weeks' time in Prague. Wish him all the very best. Heat number 18 is here. Now, can the wild card make the semis? Maxim Bogdanovs, he's got the inside gate. He's got Ty Woffenden alongside him, gate number 2 in blue. He's on 8 points. Peter Killerman hasn't scored. He's off gate 3. And Patrick Dudek, who is on 8 points, is off the outside gate here.
Yeah, and Dudek was spectacular last time.
Yeah.
He was out in front, then nearly threw it away, and then he got back to the front again. Just getting the better of Jason Doyle. Woofenden here with an opportunity to move on to 11. Handy win here for Woofenden. He'll know what it means, but Maxim Bogdanovs, can he be a surprise package again?
Yeah, needs a couple of points to challenge for the semi-finals here, and he's made a great start. Which way will Woofenden go? Woofenden's gone high into the dirt, but it's Bogdanov who has the lead, and Woofenden's gone to the back. Can you believe it here?
Bogdanov!
And look at Bogdanov's absolutely flying here. The wild card is sending the crowd wild. Maxim Bogdanovs will go on to 9 points, but Dudek's after him. Oh! I don't know where he found the room from there. Look at Dudek here down the back straight. That is unbelievable. From Patrick Dudek, Bogdanov second, third is Killerman, and Woofenden at the back.
Unbelievable stuff. Dudek, how on earth did he get round the outside? Maxim Bogdanov, if he hangs on there, he'll be through, must have a good chance. Woofenden's all over the place at the back, as is Kilderman. Dudek again showing great speed. Got to give him a lot of credit, showed a lot of bravery there. But Maxim Bogdanov, second place for the wild card, could see him through.
Yep, it is Patrick Dudek with the lead, and Bogdanov almost loses it completely, but hangs on. This is the battle at the back. Woofenden trying to get past Peter Killerman, but it's going to be a win for Patrick Dudek. Bogdanov is going to go on to 8 points, can you believe it? And on 8 points with 2 race wins as part of that, you've got a chance at the semi-finals on the countback. Remarkable night in Latvia.
Unbelievable stuff. What a start he made. He just dropped the clutch. He sat absolutely stone still and got there. Patrick Dudek was a death-defying move around the outside. He was squeezed coming into the first corner second time around. Got to the front. Great ride from Dudek. Bogdanov, a star in second.
And Peter Killerman third, and Woofenden at the back there. But Patrick Dudek, my goodness, what a performance. He's on to 11 points here. Wonderful performance. He's on to 33 World Championship points now as well. He is joint second in the World Championship now, Patrick Dudek, with Martin Vasilik.
Well, will Woofenden miss out? He's only had 1 race win. The wild cards had 2. They're both on 8 points.
Ooh, it's touch and go.
It's going to be really tight. Here we see it again. Bogdanov's the wild card, makes a really good fist of it initially. Gets there, hugs the inside. Woofenden goes wide, too wide. Relegates himself to the back. Here comes Dudek. Oh, how close is it? So close down the back straight. Now watch this. Oh. Not a lot of room there. Dudek committed. Absolutely committed to that run round the outside. And makes it stiff. Brilliant ride. Brave ride as well.
Yeah, very much so.
Exciting.
Yeah. Does us as he's known in Poland. we've given him or I've given him, unashamedly, the tag, the Dude.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
I like that.
Heat number 19.
Don't overdo it, though, will you?
No, I won't. Heat number 19 it is. That's where we're at now. And the race for the semi-finals is very, very interesting indeed. Bogdanov's is on 8, but he's ahead of Woffenden, who's on 8. Vasilik is on 7 with a ride left. Schmarslik is done on 6. Everson still has a chance, as does Doyle, as does Hancock.
Tight.
Everson, Pavlitsky, Saifutinov, and Hancock is your lineup for the penultimate race of the qualifying heats for the semi-finals. This is Heat 19.
Plenty of racing to come.
Cool.
Night's really come alive, hasn't it? Not great, well, not brilliant conditions, but crikey, these boys are putting a show on for us. Fantastic. Maxim Bogdanov's having the night of his life. He's ahead of Woffenden because he's had 2 wins. Woffenden's only had 1. That's why he's ahead of him. Saifudinov's riding great. He's out of gate 3. World champion on the outside. We've been talking about him all night. Needs a big start.
Does indeed. Heat number 19. Tape tries very quickly there, and that's a super start indeed from rider number 777, Piotr Pavlitsky, as the Poles continue to race superbly. Everson now needs to get past him if he's to have any chance of getting in the semi-finals. Saifutinov comes through. He's in 3rd spot now, so it's Pavlitsky, Everson, Saifutinov. Oh, how's he avoided touching him there?
Crikey,
Goodness
how
me.
close was that? Saifutinov running wide, deep into the corners. Plenty of material out there. They haven't graded for some time. Pavlitsky brilliant away from gate 2, won his previous heat from gate 2. Everson, Saifutinov, all on the fence, the world champion out the back. But Pavlitsky, brilliant ride from him again. Keep your eyes on Everson. He's having a real go in 2nd.
Yeah, but Pavlitsky is riding the outside line. He knows what to do here. He's drifting wide there, you see, Pavlitsky, and there is no way that Everson can get near him as a consequence, because that is where the drive is. He's riding a perfect line here. It's Piotr Pavlitsky, Niels Christian Everson in 2nd, and Emil Saifutinov 3rd, and Greg Hancock's night is over on 5 points and fails to make the semi-finals once again here, the reigning world champion in Heat 19. But Piotr Pavlitsky, another one of the new generation of Grand Prix riders. 12 points. Put him alongside Patrick Dudek. These new riders in the Grand Prix series, they are absolutely loving life at the top table of the sport. The best competition in the world of Speedway, the FIM Grand Prix. And this is what it means now. Pavlitsky goes level with Saifutinov on 12 points apiece. Everson is on 7. And it does mean right now that Ty Woffenden on 8 points will probably sneak in unless Doyle wins his race. It's all down to countback. I give up.
Yeah, leave that for a minute.
Yeah, we'll put that.
Pavlitsky, though, what a night for him. He is riding brilliantly, and I've got to say his bike is sensational off the start. Gate 2 works superbly well. He's won his last 2 heats from there. Hancock round the outside in the 1st corner. Doesn't work out for him. Look at Saifutinov pushing so hard, but as you rightly say, Nigel, there was only one racing line there, right up on the fence. They haven't graded for some time, so the dirt is loose, but it's just giving you a little bit more grip, and they're chasing it. Pavlitsky looking good tonight. Saifutinov on 12 points as well. Tight between those two, level pegging between those two. But Pavlitsky's enjoying a great night.
And whatever happens tonight, when we go to Prague in a fortnight's time, there's going to be absolutely nothing, or very, very little, between the top 7 riders in the world. That's how tight it's going to be. Remarkably, Freddie Lindgren, who scored 3 points tonight, still has the lead in the World Championship.
Can't believe that.
On 35 points.
Can't believe it.
It's Doyle off the inside, Vasilik off 2, Holder off 3, Lindgren off the outside, and, well, it's the top riders in the world doing battle here.
Yeah, big race here, isn't it, for Doyle?
It is.
He
needs a win.
He does need a win, and that engine failure earlier on, that really hurt him, didn't it?
Thrown a spanner in the works.
It has indeed. Vasilik is riding hard. He's found it tough tonight. Holder has faded in his last 2 rides. Lindgren, well, the injury is affecting him tonight.
Heat number 20, and Doyle's made a beauty. Great start from Jason Doyle. Wonderful start from him. Vacilik is in second place now in blue, and Lindgren's trying the inside run.
What a move.
Great run from Freddie Lindgren, and now Lindgren is going to try the outside run, but Doyle has the advantage. Super ride here from Jason Doyle. Second place is Freddie Lindgren, and third in blue, Martin Vacilik. This would put Doyle and Vacilik on 8 points apiece. This will be Doyle's first win of the night, and also just one win for Vacilik. It'll be a count back between three riders.
It will indeed. What a start from Doyle. He wanted that, really meant business. Good move from Freddie Lindgren to get himself to second place. Vacilik running round the inside. Lindgren right up on the safety fence. Holder's night is going to be disappointing here. We'll only finish with 4 points if he doesn't make a move on Vacilik. Doyle showing great resolve here. This is what he needed. He really nailed that start. He's comfortable out in front. I don't think Freddie Lindgren's comfortable in second place. He is gritting his teeth for those 2 points.
He's ridden well here, Lindgren, but Jason Doyle, magnificent. He's going to take the checkered flag, and it's second place, Freddie Lindgren. And even though Lindgren won't make the semi-finals, puts him on to 37 World Championship points.
Handy.
Leaves him with an opportunity of still leading the championship going to Prague, depending on our semi-finals and finals results. So, good ride indeed from Lindgren. It's all down to the countback between Woofenden, Doyle and Vacilik. One race win each. They're all level on 8 points, and it's all down to the countback. We know that Bogdanov's is already in the semi-finals on 8. There's the result. Doyle, Lindgren, Vacilik, Holder, and we'll confirm the semi-final lineup for you very shortly.
Yeah, great ride from Jason Doyle there. This was what he's all about. You know, he's had a difficult night with the engine failure, which has made his job that bit more difficult, but had the inside gate and really used it to full effect. Superb first corner from Freddie. Superb. Didn't get away that well, but shot back to the inside, made a really long straight down the back straight, gets the better of the opposition, gets the better of Vacilik. Vacilik's going to have to hang on here. He's probably just going to miss out tonight. Potentially Vacilik, going to be very difficult to know which way that's going to go, but Doyle there, all he can do is win the race and hope that it falls right for him. Good ride.
Yeah,
just doesn't know, he doesn't know himself whether he's made it or not.
No, they're just waiting the verdict. The FIM jury have to confirm this with the referee.
Yeah.
But Bogdanov's we know is safe because of his 2 race wins. It then goes down to who beat who, Doyle, Vacilik and Woofenden. That is all now, with 1 race win each. It all boils down to the countdown
met who
now.
and who beat who.
Yeah.
And so there'll be a bit of working out to be done there. May take a little bit of time, but it has been quite an exciting night of Speedway. Not always for the right reasons, but crikey, it's kept us on the edge of our seats, that's for sure. An added bonus with Maxim Bogdanov's doing a great job for the home crowd.
Brilliant.
No doubt about that. I've got concerns about Greg Hancock. Just doesn't look like he's quite on the pace. Do you know what he's missing? He's not making starts when he really needs it. I'm watching him drop the clutch. He's not missing the start. The bike's not driving to the first corner like we've seen in past Grand Prix. Needs to sort that out. But crikey, we are seeing some terrific stuff. That horrific crash down the back straight. They got up. Zagar showing great resolve. Got to feel for Smarslick. Innocent victim. Had nowhere to go. Clipped the bike of Janowski's, and as a consequence, picks up a back injury. Got a feel for him. But no, exciting stuff, and 3 exciting races still to come.
We've now got the confirmation of the top 8. And Jason Doyle makes it, as does Ty Woofenden. Martin Vacilik misses out on countback. That is the situation. And
the first time he doesn't make the final, Vacilik.
Yes. Yeah. There's silence in the crowd because they're waiting for the verdict, but we knew that Bogdanov's was already in. And Pavlitsky and Saifutinov lead it with Dudek there. The new generation shining through tonight, Kelv.
Yeah, they have. They've ridden so well. And I do believe it's going to be a topsy-turvy season. As I say, I mentioned it earlier on in this evening. Consistency is going to be vital if you want to be if you want to win the World Championship. No doubt about that.
Yep. I can tell you as well that the World Championship standings, Freddie Lindgren 37, Jason Doyle 35, Martin Vasilik 34, won't add to that.
It'll be interesting. Stats on the gates. Inside two comfortably better than the outside two. Very interesting to see what riders pick, but quite clearly gates 1 and 2 will be favoured. Janowski might actually miss out as a consequence of that crash now. Dominating the meeting, wasn't he? Was going so well. Then he has a crash. May actually get, won't get the gate pick that he would have wanted now, so that will be harder for him. But there's no doubt that won't be a big surprise to see riders pick 1 or 2 in the semi-finals.
8 points between the top 7 in the world going into these semi-finals, Kelv. It's not bad, is it?
No surprise, really, for me, that. When you look how competitive the lineup is, it's very, very close indeed.
Let's pass down to Amy now. Amy.
And yes, the riders are ready.
Just waiting for the...
Pavlitsky takes the inside gate. Janowski taking gate 2. That's not too bad for Janowski. Maxim Bogdanov, what a star he's been tonight.
Surely gate 4.
He goes gate 3.
No, he's gone 3, which has only got 1 race winner.
Yeah, he hasn't seen that, has he? Quite clearly, but now Hobson's choice for Ty. Ty will go, Woofenden will go off the outside in semi-final number 1. So, line up for the first semi-final.
Yep, it's Piotr Pavlitsky off the inside, then Maciej Janowski off 2, Maxim Bogdanov off gate 3, and Ty Woofenden going off gate number 4.
Yeah. Second semi-final, Saifutinov, he's ridden well tonight. He really has. No surprise, he'll go from the inside. Liked it. Dudek, another star performance from him, gate 2. No surprise, the stats said that, and that's the way it's worked out. The Dudek.
You like that, don't you?
I do indeed. Zagar goes from gate 3. They haven't seen the stats, have they? And that's a good thing. And Doyle, who creeps in. That was a vital win for Doyle in his last ride. Heat 20 sees him through. The lineup, Nigel.
Yep, Emil Saifutinov, Patrick Dudek, Matti Zagar, and Jason Doyle. What a lineup for semi-final number 2.
It is. Dudek got the better of Doyle, didn't he, in that race earlier on tonight? That was a terrific showing from him. Saifutinov's been, well, terrific. 12 points. Pavlitsky, where's that come from? He really has turned on the style this evening, Pavlitsky. But we wait patiently now for riders to go back and just prepare themselves for their respective semi-finals.
Yep.
But it's been an exciting night. It's been an unpredictable night, hasn't it? It's been, you know, out of nowhere,
lively.
You've seen some lively, exactly, very lively.
Yeah. So we await the semi-finals with eager anticipation. Close call for Doyley, making it on countback, as did Ty Woofenden.
Yeah, absolutely. It just shows you how tough it is. Doyle's been hit by that engine failure. You know, that has hurt him, and all credit to him, he showed a great resolve to win heat number 20. So he comes up and picks up a very useful win.
Yep.
Woofenden hanging in there, you know. All credit to Freddie Lindgren. Under difficult circumstances, he's just about hanging on to the championship lead.
Yeah.
But maybe not for too much longer.
Yeah.
Here we go. Riders now preparing themselves for semi-final number 1. We've got Pavlitsky, Janowski, Bogdanov going off gate 3. What can he do from there, Nigel? Anything.
Anything, and Woofenden goes off the outside gate.
Yep.
Semi-final number 2, Saifutinov, Dudek, Zagar and Doyle.
Yeah.
Well, these are 2 cracking semi-finals, aren't they?
Yeah, they are indeed. No track grading. We haven't had any track grading now. Quite clearly, Phil Morris has listened to the riders. They didn't want any more water on it. They said, just leave it. Let us just ride it. I think on the evidence of the last 4 races, probably the right decision. A bit of dust out wide, but that's the lesser of the 2 evils. Water on that hard surface makes it a skating rink. extremely unpredictable. We have seen riders struggle with it earlier on, so I think the right decision's been made regarding the track. Riders now preparing themselves for the semi-final.
Yep. So the World Championship is tight, and we have semi-final number 1 coming right up here. 9:30 in the evening here in Latvia. Yeah. First semi-final, it's the Rietumu Bank Latvian FIM Speedway Grand Prix, and the riders are at the tapes preparing for the semi-final. Semi-final number 1, Piotr Pawlicki goes off the inside. He's been brilliant tonight. Maciej Janowski goes off gate number 2 in blue. Great to see him back on a bike in action. The wild card, Maxim Bogdanovs, goes off gate number 3 in white. And off the outside is Ty Woffenden in yellow. Remarkable that we see the Latvian in the semi-final. We know about Ante Lebedevs, who we saw here, who had a terrific Grand Prix. We've seen Kaspar Zooks in World Championship World Cup action. They have got some good riders.
Well, around here, they're very good.
Yeah.
They love this place, and they can pull up quite some surprises. Bogdanovs, this is quite possibly the most pressurised race he's ever been in. Semi-final of a Grand Prix, Nigel.
Yep.
Can he make the final? That really would be quite something for him to go through tonight, delight the home crowd. Pawlicki's been great. Janowski, delighted to see him at the tapes. What a crash that was. Bikes and riders everywhere down the back straight. Semi-final number 1. Here we go.
Yep. First semi-final here in Daugavpils then. Which way will it go?
Whoa.
And I thought Janowski was going to dabble with the tapes there. It's a great start from Pawlicki. Woffenden is trying the inside run, but Janowski is still there. Bogdanovs is the man at the back, but the leader is Pawlicki. He's on fire. It's a Polish 1-2 right now. Can Woffenden come through? He can. Now Janowski is going to return the compliment. These two teammates in Poland.
Whoa.
Janowski goes wide. Woffenden tries the inside switch. Hasn't worked that time.
Well, he had to scrub so much speed off. Brilliant move initially to get the better of Janowski, but then Janowski replaced the compliment. Pawlicki is flying in front. Brilliant start from the inside. Janowski recovering so well from that nasty incident that he sustained when he looped it down the back straight. Bogdanov is pulling up the back. But Pawlicki and Janowski dominating the first semi-final. A lap to go. Pawlicki's going to get there.
Piotr Pawlicki riding quite beautifully, and this will put him on to 29 Grand Prix points as well. Bogdanov's night is over. He's going to do a lap of honour, I'm sure. But it's Piotr Pawlicki, and what an achievement by Maciej Janowski to take second place as well. The first 2 finalists for Daugavpils are now known. It's Piotr Pawlicki and Maciej Janowski.
And could it be Pawlicki's night? There's only 2 riders in the pits. 3 riders, excuse me, that haven't won a Grand Prix, and Pawlicki is one of those. He's looking like a winner tonight, isn't he? The last 3 races, he has dominated from the start. Bike working brilliantly. I was right with you, Nigel. I thought Janowski was about to jump the start. Just held his breath for long enough, but Janowski does supremely well to make the final.
Yeah, Woffenden taking a lap of honour, and crowd appreciating his efforts. It's Pawlicki and Janowski who win through to the final. Woffenden third, and Bogdanovs at the back. And what a shame we've seen Bogdanovs go back to the pits. It's Woffenden who's done the lap of honour, showing his appreciation to the crowd.
Would have been nice to see Bogdanov go round. I think he deserved a lap of honour there because he's ridden so strongly. Look at this start from Pawlicki on the inside. Great ride from him. Woffenden putting Janowski under a lot of pressure as they come out of that first corner. Janowski then runs wide, and Woffenden momentarily does get himself into second place. Pawlicki, how he has turned on the style. He has won his last 4 races, and he's had gates 1 and 2 twice respectively. Here comes Janowski replaying the compliment up the inside. Woffenden trying to square the corner off, but in doing so kills his speed, and actually then that allows Janowski to steal a march. Look at the style of Pawlicki there, full of confidence, fully focused, riding like a winner. Could it be his night?
Yeah, brilliant stuff. So here we go with semi-final number 2. And what a lineup it is. So
yeah, good lineup, Nige.
Yeah, tremendous, absolutely tremendous as we build up to this second semi-final and the race for the World Championship hotting up quite nicely. Jason Doyle here, who's on 35 World Championship points. With a win, he will take the lead in the World Championship. Here's the lineup: Emil Seifutinov off the inside in red. Patrick Dudek goes off gate number 2 in blue. Matti Zegar gate 3 in white. And off the outside, it is Jason Doyle in yellow. Cannot predict it.
Wow, yeah, I was just about to say that. Who's going to get through? I mean, you know, Doyle rode so strongly in his last race, but he's got gate 4. He's going to need a bit of good fortune from there. Dudek and Seifutinov are in the best gates. There's no doubt about that. The stats back that up. And the first 2 in the previous semi-final came from the inside 2 gates, so they do seem to be having an advantage. Brilliant lineup here. Seifutinov on the inside. He has been riding well this evening.
Certainly has. Here we go with semi-final number 2. Tape tries and Dudek's made a beauty from gate number 2. What a ride from Patrick Dudek. Now Doyle has gone high and wide into the dirt. Seifutinov needs to go wide, and he has done. Needs to block the challenge of Doyle, who's going to try the inside run. Seifutinov has gone so wide, and now he's trying to get the better of Dudek. Fun and games up front as well here now. And Doyle's not out of the mix just yet. Doyle's taken Seifutinov, and Seifutinof's come back on the inside.
What a move from Seifutinov. This race is not over yet. Seifutinov now charging out to the airfin. Doyle now squaring the corner off. Dudek's out in front. Brilliant lap and a half of Speedway. Here comes Doyle once again up the inside of Seifutinov. He's there now. Seifutinov back down the inside. Brilliant stuff from the Russian.
What a move. Now he's locked up in front of Doyle, and Doyle's come through.
Fabulous Speedway.
Dudek from Doyle, from Seifutinov. That is your lineup, and Emil's almost on the tennis courts over the road. It's Patrick Dudek from Jason Doyle. One last swoop for Seifutinov here, and now Jason Doyle is on the verge, but Seifutinov, Jason Doyle hangs on by the skin of his teeth to make the final yet again.
What a Speedway race that was. Doyle and Seifutinov. I can't tell you how difficult that is out there. Seifutinov couldn't have seen where he was going for half the race. He was buried in the dust on the outside, but he was showing great bravery. Doyle got the better of him. Dudek, where did he find that from? Dudek was sensational out in front. Zegar and Seifutinov miss out, and Jason Doyle through to the final. Brilliant semi-final number 2.
It was, and Seifutinov takes a lap of honour for the Russian fans here tonight. What a semi-final, and very shortly we'll bring you the lineup for the grand final.
Well, Doyle defies the odds there. He makes it from gate 4. Brilliant stuff from Dudek. He doesn't see the fireworks what's going on behind him. And probably quite good that he doesn't, because it is action-packed, there's no doubt about that. The effort from these 2 fellas in 2nd and 3rd is right out of the top drawer, I'm telling you, because conditions are not easy. Look at Seifutinov round the outside there. I thought for a moment he might just have been able to get to Dudek. Now they pass and repass each other on several occasions. Look at Seifutinov almost turning the bike inside out. And Doyle then pounces. It's dusty out there. It's tough out. Look at that. God, how on earth does he stay on? And Doyle is then able to get up the inside and get himself into 2nd place, and more importantly, to the final. But Dudek, don't think he's won a Grand Prix. There are 2 riders in the final here that potentially can win their first Grand Prix. Dudek and Piotr Pawlicki. What a night they've enjoyed.
Cool. Amazing.
Tell you what, you know, I saw Patrick Dudek earlier today.
Yep.
He's about 6 stone wet through.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's got the strength to hang on. But crikey, when he hits the front, he has lightning pace, doesn't he? And
these young poles are something special, Kelv, aren't they?
They are. And they're proving to be tough to beat. Superb night.
3 poles and an Australian in the final.
Fantastic.
Good luck, Jason Doyle.
Doyle's up against it, but Doyle's got resolve. Doyle leads the World Championship. Equal leader with Lindgren.
Equal leader, yep.
37.
Dudek can be leader going to Prague.
Wow. Janowski coming
can
from
be joint
nowhere.
leader. Yeah.
Martin Vacilik's there. Sai Fujinol's had a good night. He'd be disappointed not to make the final. He gave it everything. But 31 points. He's there. He's right in the championship chase. Greg, well, Hancock, he's playing catch-up now. 17 points behind the leader. And some of those leaders have got races to come.
Amazing Speedway. And now we await the lineup for the final. And some final it promises to be. The Poles will be having a ding-dong, and Doyley will be trying to spoil the Polish party.
He will.
Oh, can't wait.
Well, Doyle was close to winning last time. His consistency. I think Doyle's keen for a World Championship, Nigel. Again, he makes the final. He's had trouble tonight, but he showed great character, and he's found a way to get to the final. Hasn't got the biggest points tally, but he's giving himself every chance of staying in the hunt for the World Championship. Piotr Pawlicki, here we go.
Okay, let's talk you through the final lineup then. So it is
inside gate for Pawlicki.
Inside gate for Piotr Pawlicki.
Dudek, gate 2, no surprise there, Nige.
And then this is now down to Janowski, gate 4. So Doyley is left with gate 3. The Australian, who will be back riding in the UK for the Swindon Robins on Monday against his former club Somerset. But this is the grand final. Look at that. Pawlicki, Dudek, Doyle and Janowski. What a final it is. Janowski, of course, a previous winner here in Latvia, but
2 years ago.
That was cut short after 20 heats, so he's got the opportunity to do it in a final itself here this evening.
Well, my favourite is Pawlicki.
Yeah, he's on fire.
He has been so good off the starts. He's had gates 1 and 2 in his last 4 races, and he's got gate 1 again now. So there has to be a very good chance. Dudek, though, if he makes a start like he did in the semi-final, it'll be difficult to beat. Doyle, gate 3, quite possibly the hardest place to win a race from right now. Track is dry and dusty. I understand why.
Yes.
Because with this hard surface, if they kept watering it, it was very unpredictable. With it being dry, at least they can be fairly confident how the bike's going to react. It has been an exciting night of Speedway. It's built as the night gone on. It started quite slowly, but some of the action that we've witnessed in the latter races has been extraordinary.
Yep, so quite amazing stats. This is Dudek's 4th Grand Prix, and it's his 2nd final.
Am I right in thinking that Pawlicki and Dudek haven't won a Grand Prix?
Pawlicki and Dudek haven't won a Grand Prix. We know that Jason Doyle has 4 in 10. 4 in 10 finals he's won. It's only his 25th Grand Prix.
Yep, hasn't been in the GPs for long.
Yeah, and Magic Janowski, we know,
must have won at least 2.
He's won 2 GPs, but only 1 final.
Yeah.
So, so far, Janowski in his 7th final tonight. A lot of inexperience in this lineup. This
they're rapidly gaining it, aren't they?
Yep. But this is the new generation.
It is,
the new generation that are here. Even Jason Doyle only really burst onto the scene probably, what, a couple of years ago in Chesterhover in the World Cup meeting when he made his Australian debut.
Yeah, dead
and
right.
His rise has been rapid, hasn't it?
It has. The pennies dropped with him. He had a lot of injuries in his mid-20s that held him back.
Yep.
Both shoulders have been operated on.
And his neck, he hurt his neck as well.
He has indeed, and he has suffered. Even last year he had some nasty injuries in Torren. But he's the real deal now because he's come back and he's strong and he's racing as well as ever. Pawlicki ready. Red helmet colour on, goggles on, itching to get out there, desperate to try and win his first GP. Dudek the same. Young, exciting riders coming through in Poland. Such a strong country, the strength in depth for Poland right now is, well, it's quite
remarkable.
Frightening. It's quite frightening because they have got several teams they could pick almost for the World Cup. Here we go. Riders now being pushed off Nige and making their way out for a final. Should be a cracker.
The Poles as well. They've got a conveyor belt of young riders, haven't they, Kel?
They've got Szapelski and Piszek that we saw as reserves for the Warsaw Grand Prix. So, yes, they have plenty of under-21 riders that are floating about that have a lot of potential. So, yes, there's no doubt that they are blessed with plenty of talent. But 3 of them are here, Nigel, so we've got the pleasure of watching them race for a little bit more than a minute. And should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be Spectacular this. They're up at tapes. World Championship points on the line. Who will take the glory in Latvia tonight? Here we go with the grand final of the 2017 Rietumu Bank Latvian FIM Speedway Grand Prix. Piotr Pawlicki off the inside, Patrick Dudek off 2, Jason Doyle off 3 in white, Matt Janowski off the outside. Doyle, we remind you, currently leads the World Championship along with Freddie Lindgren on 37 points, and Dudek is a point behind on 36 points. Who will be leading the World Championship going to Prague in a fortnight's time? Who will win this grand final? All will be revealed in the next few minutes. What a lineup.
What a lineup indeed, Nigel. It's been an exciting night. Not always for the right reasons, but crikey, it's kept us on the edge of our seats. 3 poles here, 75% chance of winning the Grand Prix. And there are 2 riders out here who haven't won a Grand Prix. The 2 lads on the inside, Pawlicki, gate 1, Dudek, gate 2. Neither of them have won a Grand Prix. More than capable of winning tonight, I can tell you. Doyle, 1-4 last year, bouncing back big time after that engine failure. Can he win? And Janowski, brilliant to see him in the final after that nasty incident. Here we go.
Grand final time in Latvia. Here we go indeed. Great start from Patrick Dudek and Piotr Pawlicki, and it is Piotr Pawlicki who's the early leader here. Now Dudek's going to wind it on. Patrick Dudek, watch him go wide here, and now Jason Doyle charges through. Doyle comes into second, but the lead is with Piotr Pawlicki, and Dudek isn't done yet. Janowski's at the back.
Brilliant stuff from Pawlicki. Dudek gets the better of Doyle. Doyle makes half a mistake and Dudek's ready to pounce. Pawlicki looking fabulous out in front.
Doyle is slowing up.
Oh, problems for Doyle. Has he got a
Puncture maybe.
Probably a puncture, can't believe it. Think it is. Out in front, it's going to be a 1-2-3 for the poles tonight.
Yeah, he put his arm up down the back straight. Jason Doyle, but it is going to be a Polish 1-2-3. And this is ominous for their rivals in the World Cup as well in July. What a performance this is from the Polish youngsters. It is going to be a first ever Grand Prix win in only his second final in his debut full season in the GP for Piotr Pawlicki.
What a ride that is. Fabulous performance from him. Doyle will be gutted with that. Rightly so, the team are delighted. His first Grand Prix win, really has dominated the Grand Prix after his 3rd ride. Dudek, second on the night, will be disappointed not to win, but will be delighted to see his compatriot there. And Janowski, well, 3rd place on the night after that crash. I think that's a pretty decent effort. Got a feel for Doyle, some sort of mechanical issue, don't quite know what it was. But Piotr Pawlicki, the night belongs to him. An outstanding performance from the youngster, really was sensational.
Pawlicki moves on to 35 points and Patrick Dudek leads the World Championship on 38.
Wow.
Ahead of Lindgren and Doyle on 37. What a night for Piotr Pawlicki. His family will be proud. His brother Przemysław and his father, who of course introduced him to Speedway as a young boy. It's a proud moment for his first Grand Prix win here in the Locomotive Stadium in Daugavpils. It's been a chaotic night in many, many ways, but we hope you've enjoyed the night of Speedway. Plenty to talk about, Kel, tonight. Wonderful.
Absolutely. No doubt that it has been chaotic at times. We've had, start problems, we've had crashes, we've had all sorts of shapes and sizes pulled on the track. Even in the final there with Doyle, but Pawlicki wins his first Grand Prix, fully deserved.
Yeah. Second place Dudek, 3rd Janowski. Doyle withdrew in the final, or pulled up with a retirement in the final, and ends up on 10 points. Pawlicki on 18 is the winner of the meeting and leads the leaderboard tonight as well. Dudek on 16, Janowski finishes on 13.
We'll see it again. Pawlicki makes a super start. It's tight between the 2 lads on the inside. 3 abreast as they get to the first corner. Got to give Doyle, he gave it absolutely everything there, Jason Doyle, and he pulls a big move now. Look at this, Dudek wide. Doyle allows the bike to go straight up the inside, but quite clearly all was not well there, and he runs out of steam. Don't know what it is, but there you can see him running out of steam. Puts his hand up because he's running out of power. disappointment for the Aussie boy. Out in front though, Pawlicki rides the Stormer, wheel perfect. It has been a superb performance from him, and 18 World Championship points on the night. That is a terrific effort, only dropping 3 points in 7 outings. Great performance. And Patrick Dudek leading the World Championship after 3 rounds. That in itself, I wasn't expecting to be saying that. Prague in 2 weeks' time, do not miss it. We have seen some terrific speedway there in the Czech Republic. Piotr Pawlicki, brilliant. And Janowski, I must say something about Janowski. That is a great recovery to finish third on the night after that nasty incident.
We have to also wish the injured boys, certainly Bartosz Marslik, we wish him well. Matti Zagar, who took a knock tonight. Freddie Lindgren, who's struggling before the meeting. Tremendous, tremendous. Let's get some reaction now with Amy.
Piotr, many congratulations. You are the winner of the 2007 Rietumu Bank Latvian FIM Speedway Grand Prix. I think we all want to know, how does it feel to win your first ever Grand Prix?
I don't know, it's amazing day for me. It's day I'm dedication for my mom, because yesterday it's day in Polish mom, so hi mom, and I win. Thank you.
Well done, Piotr, thank you.
Thank you very much.
What an effort that was, Nigel. He has ridden supremely well. You know, he fully deserved that. He found the key to conditions. He got the bike off the start. Consistency off the start. Championship standings after round 3 all change.
38, 37, 37, 35, 34. Pawlicki 32. Saifutinov 31, Woffinen 30. 8 points between the top 8. Goodness me.
Crikey, it's tight, and we've got a lot of racing to come.
Anything can happen.
Absolutely, anything can happen, and it does so far. Doyle, I've got to say, is remarkably consistent. Freddie Lindgren, under very difficult circumstances, has hung in there. If he can get his fitness back, who knows, he could return to full form in Prague. What a night. Has been quite some night, and all credit to the riders. In pretty tough conditions out there, they have proved to be supreme, and they've given us some
great show.
They have given us some sensational entertainment. All credit to him. Pawlicki on the top of the box tonight, proud as punch. The Polish flag draped all over him. Polish 1, 2, 3. They have dominated tonight.
And it's the Polish national anthem. Yeah, congratulations, Piotr Pawlicki. And when you consider the Monster Energy FIM Speedway World Cup is just around the corner, 3 Polish riders in the top 3 tonight. My goodness, they're going to take some stopping in the defence of their World Cup. It is going to be something special in Leszno in July. World Championship moves on to Prague in a fortnight's time. That should be a belter as well at the Marketa Stadium.
Yeah, we've had some great speedway meetings there in recent history. Woofenden has been outstanding there at times. He won 3 years on the spin.
Yep.
And he likes it there. Doyle won his first Grand Prix there. Absolutely fabulous performance from Jason Doyle in Prague. And the Marketa Stadium, there's no doubt they've improved that track in recent seasons. And I'm looking forward to going there. But tonight, Dudek has ridden well. He's so close to winning his first Grand Prix. But that honour tonight belongs to Piotr Pawlicki. He has ridden supremely well. When you consider, from his 3rd ride on, he was unbeaten, Nigel. And the reason he won tonight is because he made fantastic starts, and he made 5 blinders in a row. And that's what got him to be on top of the box tonight. But Janowski there as well. He'll be a little bit disappointed, because I sense that you know, after 3 races, he was unbeaten. He was looking very strong indeed.
He could have been in hospital by now, though, Kelv.
Yeah, so a bonus for him to be on the rostrum. Dead right.
Absolutely.
Dead
Absolutely.
right. Champagne time.
Yep.
And it's been one hell of a night, that's for sure.
It's been hectic and trying to keep on top of things, everything that's happening, and well, it's been superb. We've seen some terrific racing once again, which is great. And well, it really has been memorable Speedway tonight here in Latvia.
Well, the first round was a little bit processional. The second round was sensational in Warsaw. Another terrific event here. We're on a roll. And this lineup we've got, the racing that we can look forward to in the upcoming events, Nigel, is really going to be quite mouth-watering and breathtaking. Could well be the best Grand Prix series we've ever witnessed. And on the evidence of again tonight, we have got riders that can just about do anything.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. So, terrific night of Speedway. Prague in a couple of weeks' time. And we really have enjoyed ourselves here this evening. We hope you have, wherever you are around the world. Your closing thoughts, Kelvin?
Well, as you rightly say, unpredictable night. All credit to the riders. They have performed brilliantly. At times, under difficult circumstances, they put on a great show. Pawlicki, though, fully deserves to win. He really found the key to it. Starting was all important. He nailed it.
Kelvin Tatum, thanks very much indeed for your company as always tonight. We'll see you in Prague in a couple of weeks' time.
Pleasure.
At the Marketa Stadium. Kelvin Tatum, the former England World Cup winner, former World Long Track champion. And we hope you've enjoyed it. We'll take a look back on tonight's action. But in the meantime, from Kelvin and myself, we'll see you in a fortnight's time in Prague. Round 3 of the World Speedway Championship went to the Locomotive Stadium in Daugavpils, Latvia. After missing out on coming to this venue in 2016, it returned with plenty of drama, plenty of fast action, and a little bit of controversy thrown in along the way. Going into the meeting, Freddie Lindgren was the series leader, but he took a knock in the British League in the week leading up to it and was a little bit low-key in terms of the extent of the injury. The action, though, was fast and furious, as ever, on this Locomotive Daugavpils track. Greg Hancock, the reigning world champion, struggling to find the right setup. But as the meeting progressed, the Polish youngsters, like Dudek, like Pawlicki, they really did come to the party, get their setup right. Ty Woffenden just clinched a place in the semi-finals on countback, as did Jason Doyle. And the wild card, Maxim Bogdanov's, absolutely brilliant to raise the roof to get a place in the semi-finals. Emil Saifutinov in the thick of the action with a terrific ride with Bartosz Marslik, and that summed up the way the meeting was going. Saifutinov, a welcome addition back onto the Grand Prix circuit. But going later on, there was crashes, thrills and spills. But into the semi-finals, Woffenden just crept in. Saifutinov in the semi-finals as well. It was a terrific lineup as the race for the world title as well hots up nicely, even in this relatively early stage of proceedings. Freddie Lindgren didn't make the semi-finals. He dipped out on 5 points, but his second place in his final ride kept him ahead in the World Championship overall. And then a horrendous crash, 3 riders, and somehow all 3 riders were able to walk away. But Smarslik struggled when he tried to get back on the bike. Dudek turning on the style later in the meeting. Janowski hurt, but still taking his place. And in the final itself, a magnificent ride from Piotr Pawlicki to get the first Grand Prix win of his career. But it's Dudek who leads the World Championship.